You reign!
This is the D-Generation Clix podcast with your hosts,
Who is Ravage?
Ryan Ruffman,
Ravage!
Hand me that bottle cap.
Miles Kane,
Hand me that paperclip. Grab that twine. Gun wrapper.
Daniel Schwab,
We
best friends, Asgard to Mouth, and Pete.
Cause I'm just me.
Welcome back to the D-Generation Clix podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and with me, as always, are Miles, Dan, and Pete. Miles, it was good seeing you this weekend. First time, I think, since Adepticon, and then the last time until Worlds.
Yep. Yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah. No, we had a great weekend. Yeah, for sure. Can't wait to go over it.
Same. Dan, are you ready to play Clix this weekend and not judge Clix?
Yes, because I actually still play Clix even though I judge.
All right, that's good to hear. It's nice to have multiple things to do with Clix, not just like talk about them or something. Pete, Clix, when?
It's a good question. When's our CCO?
Really, that far off?
August,
No. Next Monday. Monday, I'll be there.
Oh, okay.
I'll be there Monday. I'll be there pretty consistently. This is just thankfully, the last 2 weeks like this ever for me. I've made a change in my career to accommodate my hero clicks. So
That's what I like to hear. I did that about a year and a half ago.
I tried that, and then it got away from me, but I'm getting it back under control. I'm assuming control of my life. I would like to tell you guys, too, that I also bought a new battery pack to keep my laptop powered up during this, but I'm not real happy with it so far. So that's what we got going on here.
All right, we'll see how it plays out then. And fresh off our latest HeroClix adventure is Ollie. How are you doing?
Good. Really good.
Really good. What did you do this weekend?
We went to Clix Camp.
We did go to Clix Camp. So before we get into that, I think we have one thing that I find really dumb that some people actually like. Pete Bookwood did actually play Clix this weekend, but did he buy any?
Bookwood Report!
Hello, friends. It's time for the Bookwood Report. And I have to tell you, it's not much of a report, so Peter Marshfield's going to help Bookwood out again. So this week, Bookwood got himself a Marvel's Respawn map. I guess it's a different version than Redmond got. He said something you don't have, so I don't know.
Just the
And then he got
special
himself
version.
a Stone Cold Steve Austin action figure. So switching gears to the Challenger, for this to become the Marshfield report. Peter had himself a week, boys. He got himself something called Lure plus its Deep Waters expansion. I don't know what that is. Chase Loki from Collector's Trove. Odin Ravens. 4 Bushman. Meister Legacy. 4 packs of the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering boosters. He pulled a Sephiroth Fabled Soldier and Wandering Minstrel. Apparently they are worth something, is what he says. A limited edition Ultimate Hulk from Collector's Trove. Chase Thanos from Collector's Trove. Legacy Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk with the figure. And Redmond, you'll be happy to know this, that Peter's trade for the time dilation Spider-Man fell through.
Oh, that's great, because that piece is a piece of shit.
Whoa.
Did Bookwood play anybody this week?
He did.
Oliver, right?
He did play Oliver, he played Doug, and he played Dalton?
Dalton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. But he was just kind of there to try Modern out because he's not going to be able to make it to Indiana this week.
It's good to hear that the Summer of Dalton is continuing.
It is, yes. We just decided that our August championship is going to be Labor Day Sunday, and if it's a Sunday, then Dalton can come. So we should have 8 people for that event, which should be a blast.
Summer adult.
3 months of Dalton, that sounds like 300% more than a book would.
I think he's only showed up like once.
Who? Bookwood?
Okay.
Yes, he did. Let's see. I think we're done with the terrible Bookwood report.
The terrible Bookwood report.
So let's get into Clix Camp.
Woo!
We had the pleasure of attending the Clix Camp in the Pacific Northwest this last weekend. So let's dive into that. Friday was the sealed 3v3 where Oliver and I teamed up with Miles.
And got
Miles,
Victory Royale.
we sure did. Miles, what were you thinking? What was your confidence level going into the event?
It was a little rough, especially with our brick, and then me having to use the rest. But I'll be honest, the rest was probably the best.
Yeah, I don't think that the rest was that bad. We just I didn't have a better name for it.
That's no. I mean, there's nothing else to do it because that's exactly what it was. Because like we were worried about, like the first thing that we did when we saw it was we built Oliver's team, and I think that was for the best. Getting him that brute team was huge.
Yeah, so why don't we start with his brute team because he's loved this set so much and he got to actually play quite a few pieces that he's been playing battle royales with and loving.
Yes, I love my team. My team is amazing.
Your team is amazing. All right, do you want to go over your team?
Also, I played Super Titania at 30 points. I played the rare A Rhino at 75 points. I played Zax at 100 points, which I love him as a common. He's one of my favorite pieces in the set. I played D-Cell at 25, and I played Quicksand at 75 with the You Wouldn't Like Me laser turret and the insurance policy. If you're wondering what the laser turret does, at the beginning of your turn, if an opposing character is occupying the laser turret can make an attack at the beginning of the turn for an 11 for 3.
So what were you doing with that combo?
I would run up with, what's his name? A Rhino.
Yeah.
And I would pick up the laser turret and then smack him.
Or you'd lay it under him, right?
Yeah, lay him under him. Cover him up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would bring Quicksand over because I had plasticity, so they have to break away on a 6.
And then
And an insurance policy.
because
So
laser
if they
turrets,
destroy it,
because laser turret is 5 points, right?
so if they destroy, I can remove 3 action tokens among my friendly characters.
Did that come into play ever?
It did on one game.
One game. So,
Yeah, I got to remove an action token from Rhino, and he doesn't have willpower, so.
okay. You liked your team quite a bit, though, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And then we also put together an Asgardian team. I am not a fan of the Chase Thor, so our chase was the Chase Thor, obviously from Smash and Destroy. We did not get a prime in our brick. We were able to make
sad.
It was sad. Full Asgardian team though, so we went with 75-point Thor, Cinder at 80 points, Tooth Grinder with the Destroyer armor so that he could carry both Thor and Cinder, and then I had a Brune and a Desire. We'll get in some of the games, but yeah, some of them were pretty rough. In fact, all of my Swiss rounds were rough. And then Miles, do you remember
I have a
what?
question.
Yeah.
Would you say people went Asgardian to mouth?
Not until until the finals.
Once cut hit.
Yes.
Yeah,
once
he
cut
decided not to win till cut. So, but
then it was
he
full
was clutched.
Asgardian to mouth.
Yeah.
Miles, do you remember what you played?
Yeah, I actually have it built. So with the rest, we decided to go unthemed. It's Get Wrecking Crude Nerds. That's my team name. We threw in Primus at full. Bulldozer with the Wrecking Ball. Pile Driver. General Ross, who was honestly the MVP of especially my top 4 match. And Valkyrier with You Wouldn't Like Me When I'm Angry. And Pit Trap. And that one shot also came in huge in the top 4 game that was streamed.
Now, Pete, you might like to know that Miles almost wanted to bench Primus.
I almost did.
Well, obviously that turned out to be a good choice that he didn't.
Yeah, no, absolutely, because I went 4-1. So, yeah.
Miles
I had
carried
to
me,
use
my
some
dad.
icy. I'm old, so I had to use some icy hot afterwards from my back being hurt. But yeah, definitely Primus was worth it.
It was a team
It's been hard
effort.
carry though.
Team effort.
Primus is always worth it.
It was, yeah, absolutely.
So let's just go over any of the rounds that you remember. So my first round, I totally forgot about the interaction with Cinder on Cinder. So I had a couple of my guys clumped up, and the team that we played actually had a similar brick to us.
No,
so,
it was the exact
It was
same. brick.
identical.
well,
Yeah,
it was an
exact
identical
same
brick, but so they had similar teams that they built with the identical
Yes.
brick. So that the team I went up against was a Chase Thor, but they played him at full, and then a Cinder and a Goat. And they brought up the same people I did, so Thor, the Goat, and Cinder. And then they broke through the blocking terrain to get to me and missed the attack with Thor. And then Cinder ran up to me and hit my Cinder for 6 penetrating blades. And she was adjacent. And then as soon as that happened and I was clicking, and then I realized that it was going to be that thing where they keep kind of ticking back and forth until one of them gets taken out. So that was not a fun match.
That
'cause
was crazy. I did not know you could do that.
Yeah. And then I played against David's dad, Chris, and he was playing Titania at 100, Zax at 100, Quicksand at 60, and then decided to go non-theme by playing Thori at 30, and then had Insurance Policy and Pit Trap.
How many points? Did
I knew that Titania was the biggest problem, so I took out Titania, made sure to take her out with Primus, because Primus is able to hit for 6. So that
and
was
he
the
doesn't have super strength or close combat expert.
Yep. So I made a priority for that. Yeah, and so I was able to take that pretty quickly. I think it was like 30 to like 5. I think because I believe he took out my Pit Trap.
And then, Ali, do you remember what your first game was like?
We it was really similar teams that we had. He just didn't have Titania,
Okay.
and I didn't have General Ross. General Ross. Yeah.
Ross, yeah.
And then there was something else I didn't have that he was playing. He had like shield though.
Well, it looks like you got the full clear at 300 points to 30.
I did. It was just Zax shooting Zax until Rhino came over and threw the pit trap under him.
That was the time you did
Or
the
not pit trap, the laser.
laser. Okay.
Laser it's so cool. That is probably one of my new favorite terrains.
All right, and then round 2, I had to go up against a Destroyer Prime team, and it did not go well for me, so I ended up losing that one pretty poorly. I ended up getting 130, it looks like. Miles, what about your match?
I ended up playing against Daryl, and I decided not to take this game serious. Luckily, it didn't matter because like this was huge because like we barely made cut because of our points. But he was playing Constrictor with Wrecking Ball, 2 Ant-Mans, a Valkyrier, Pile Driver, and Absorbing Man B, with his sideline being Absorbing Man A and C with no one-shots. Luckily, Primus and the Brutes just said, sorry, I know Ant-Man's tiny, but you can't carry him. I never dealt with Constrictor, so Constrictor was able to just wreck me. I just tried to go close like an idiot in this first match, and then I ended up playing Constrictor 4 straight games, with this being the first. And fool me once, shame on me. So, yeah, I was not fooled again for the next 3 games. Just take him out from range, and he's useless.
Yeah, Constrictor is awesome, especially in the sealed.
I absolutely love him.
Yeah, because I took out Absorbing Man and Valkyrier super quick. Like I one-turned Absorbing Man, the high defense one. I was able to one-turn it, but yeah, Constrictor was just able to follow up and just, give him those action tokens, just getting that exploit weakness. He was just wrecking. I don't understand why he gave him the wrecking ball. I don't think that really helped much.
Doesn't he already have
So-
Giant Reach 3 or something?
Yes. The only thing is that I guess you can attack through walls. I guess, but I feel like that would be better served on a different character.
Yes.
All right, and then Ollie, you played Brad. Do you remember he had the Chase Magneto?
Magneto.
Remember how that game went?
He didn't really want him to attack me because D-cell.
Yeah, from range. Yeah, that makes sense.
He tried, but he hit me once, but it was on a quicksand because she doesn't have energy shield deflection.
Because she only gives it to everyone else.
Yeah, but and then I did not hit a single shape change the whole day except in BRs I played.
So that was a rough one. Yeah.
But then the other day.
Sounds like it's a good thing you had a young back with you there, Miles, to help carry some of the load.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
So all three of us actually lost that one.
Redman was he was just a little rusty. That's all. He just wanted to let people think that he wasn't going to win a game, and then once cut came, then he decided to turn the Darth Ravage, I should say, on.
Then round 3, we played the Eagles. So I went up against Corey, and he and I just could not hit each other. It was a pretty rough game. So we were really just, the only damage we were really doing for the most of the match, except for the end, was just I was pinging people with the knockback from my tooth grinder, and then he was pinging me with his debris. And that was it. And then finally, he ended up getting 80 points off me. And then
probably from Cinder.
Probably from Cinder.
Is she like 60, 80 points?
She's 80, yeah. And then I ended up scoring 60. I don't even remember what we killed. It was a fun game, but it was not the best game. And then you played David. Do you remember how that game went, Ollie?
So he played Hulk, Chase Hulk. He is ridiculously strong.
How'd the match go?
I got really close to winning both on killing his Prime Hulk or Chase Hulk. On that match, I got really close. I had like 4 attacks set up, but then time got called. Last action got called. So like one more turn, then he would have been dead because he was on like second to last click.
On that first matchup?
Yeah.
So, and then Miles, how did that one go against Brian?
So this was the introduction, for me at least, of Cursed Thomas, who he's not my new ally. But yeah, so he played the 19 defend cap with Constrictor, Giant Man 2 at 30, Valkyrier, Brune, and he also had Toad and Heimdall's Sight. So his team's all about placement. So Giant Man couldn't place. You couldn't use essentially the wall crawler with Toad. He couldn't carry, and so he put me. I played him 4 times, and I believe we played on Injustice League headquarters all 4 games that weekend, last weekend, and so it was pretty close. And then he took out my entire team except for General Ross and Primus, and this goes for both games. And he miscounted in this game, which was important because if we didn't get this game, I'm not sure if we would have had the points. But he miscounted that I had perplexed with my charge when he was trying to run away, and so I perplexed up my speed with Primus and was able to charge and kill his cap. So I won at time. I didn't wipe him this game.
255 to 215.
Yeah. So I was able to cash in one of our legal Eagle tickets, and I ended up giving you one for the top 4 because I had 5 for the total weekend.
You did, yes. So going into top 4, we had to rematch the Eagles. And so I went up against Corey again. And up until now, Thor had not hit a single attack in all 3 of the Swiss round games. So finally he did something worthwhile. And all that was just run through blocking so that Cinder could come in and make the alpha attack. So I played a little bit more aggressive, and I just was able to kind of hit a lot more than I was the first round. And I was able to tie up Corey with his Rhino. So I think he missed like 3 consecutive breakaways and a couple flurries with Rhino. It was pretty bad. And then I'd knock him away with my tooth grinder, and then I would hypersonic someone, and then end my movement adjacent to him again. So it was probably pretty frustrating, but at the same time, those goats are a lot of fun.
Meh.
And then you had to rematch David again with the Chase Hulk. Do you know how the second game went? Do you remember?
He got my laser turret and insurance policy. That he only got 10 points, and I got 0. But again, so close to killing Chase Hulk. One more turn.
Was he on his last click? Second to last?
Yeah.
What one? Last click?
Second.
Second?
Yeah, second last click.
Yeah, you played good, bud.
Yeah, my team's just close up. It's just I'm gonna come in your face, or Zach's is gonna shoot you across with the mansion. So.
And then Miles, you had your rematch against Brian.
Yes, so it's this one was very reminiscent of our match before. I was able to take out his Toad, and then he took out my entire team, but General Ross and Primus again. And but Primus was making his shape changes, and so it was just a back and forth, just me making my shape change rolls, and then he moved in with Constrictor to when I was double tokened with my Ross and the soldier I called in, and he poisoned me, and so I dropped the one shot, which ended up being extremely important because the one shot is when a friendly character would be damaged. After resolutions, you may choose that until the end of your next turn. They can use Battle Fury, Close Combat Expert, and Vulnerability. And at that point, he only had 2 damage. So he wasn't able to damage my Ross after that. And then when it was my turn, I was able to kill his Constrictor with Ross using that. And then I moved them back a little bit. He was still trying to deal with Primus, and he just finally gave up because I was rolling my shape changes and got in position for Ross to get the killing blow on Cap. Cashing in our 3rd legal Eagle tag for the weekend.
So that secured our place in the top 2, where we rematched the team that had the Prime Destroyer, Chase Magneto, and then what was Don Darrell's team?
Constrictor, Double Ant-Man, and the Absorbing Mans.
Okay, yeah, so I played really different in this one, and I was just basically going to try to fill the whole map up with Thor's smoke terrain, and so he didn't want to deal with it, so he ran Destroyer up pretty quick. And I was just able to hit, which was great. And Thor, at the very end, finally hit his first attack of the day with 2 empowers. So he hit for 5. 5, finally.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
5 damage.
So I ended up winning that one 290-0. And then how did that rematch go against Brad?
Still not great.
Still not great? All right.
Our first match was better for me because I had more points and I was closer to winning.
Gotcha.
It was like 90 more points than it would have been a tie. So I just need to get like 100 more points.
And then, Miles, what did your rematch look like against Daryl?
So he's a very interesting player, and so it's based off of him being confident or overconfident, and so that's what the Swiss game. That's what I did is I decided to play wrong and to let him win, and then I ended up beating him because he was overconfident in less than 5 minutes.
Oh, was it really done that fast?
Yes.
All right. So we ended up taking the win in the team sealed event. This was Ali's first big win. And what are we getting for it, bud?
Like we already have?
No, the prizing?
Oh, so we got 2 chase boosters. We got another Thor.
Which I don't want to see ever again.
Yes, I'm selling them.
And then we got the last thing we needed from the set, Chase Captain Marvel.
Yep, so we completed it, and then
then in a month we should be getting a Lantern Legacy brick, each of us. So me, Miles, and my dad.
Yep. So you're gonna get your own Lantern Legacy brick. That's all yours. What do you think about that?
I like that.
That was pretty cool, huh? All right.
I have a
and
question
then,
for Ollie.
what's that? Oh,
Ollie, would you say this is a win for the good guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. Good job.
that was Friday, and then Saturday was the 300 Modern event. And let's see here. Miles, do you want to go over your team while I bring up Ollie's and mine?
Yep. So my team was the team that I was going to run at the Clix League West event, but I wasn't able to make it. And this was the team that was voted on our page, and it was you dropped a bomb on me. It doesn't work anymore. It was ruled the next day that Red Hulk's gamma bombs are considered an effect terrain. But the team was play at home Red Hulk with Destroyer armor, Caveman Wally West with the +1 longsword, Reverse Flash with Flying Carpet, Kooky Cap with Mjolnir at 25 in the team up card, Kooky Quicksilver with Universal Weapon and Perdegaton, as well as Fortify, Ares, and Mimic on the sideline, and Flamethrower. And then my maps were Bloodstone Maze, Major Brock's Bunker, and Vibranium Mines. And so the trick that I went and I made sure I went through all the avenues I needed to make sure this worked months ago, was when you look at Max 1 in the comp, it's only looking for things on the map, and held terrain is considered off the map. So turn 1, I would make a bomb underneath, like, say, Quicksilver, and I would have Caveman Wally West more than likely go and pick it up, or Cap if they Perdegaton to my Wally West. But Wally West is always my preferred. And then turn 2, I'd roll the Willpower with Hulk, and when he succeeds with Willpower, he may move 4. So I would do that. He'd move 4. I would TK him up 2 squares with Perdegaton, because it's he has the power, you generate Gamma Bomb hindering terrain marker within 6 squares. And so he would be on square 7, and then it's 6 squares from that would be square 13, and it's at the end of your turn you roll a d6, 4 through 6, you deal 3 damage to all characters within 3 squares of this marker, then you knock them back from this marker, then destroy the marker. So I would do his max 1 because it's already on the map, and then I would choose TK with Quicksilver, and I would TK up Caveman Wally, so Wally would get TK'd and go and drop the second bomb and get back to my starting area, because if Juice wasn't on the map, the +2 speed also was beneficial for his top click, his click 8. So he would technically be a 6 speed. So he would have 11 speed moving up to drop off, and then 6 away. And then at the end of my turn, I would roll for both my bombs. And that happened in 4 of the 6 games where my alpha happened with 2 bombs going off. If for some reason I wasn't, I didn't feel comfortable dropping both bombs, I could send Reverse Flash, who with the Flying Carpet and Quicksilver had 14 speed, so he could just get full map right away to make an alpha attack. So yeah, it was the first time I've actually had fun playing Clix since potentially like Star Mjolnir. So yeah, this team was amazing.
That's good. I'm still not there. This was an okay team.
What do you mean? This is an amazing team.
The one that I played?
Yeah.
All right. So I played a 200-point Kong with Gaia, and then I did the Wendigo from the Iconics, the Wolverine Iconics one. And First appearance Wolverine. And then a black symbiote at 15, a red symbiote at 15, and then a Daredevil Legacy with Destroyer at 10 points, and then the Phoenix Pog just for potential TK and leadership. So the whole point was to call in Beetlejuice and kill the red symbiote and the black symbiote and put them on Kong, and then just run Wendigo out of the map and just kind of attack and see if people can take him down. And so, my sideline was Fortify, Ares, Beetlejuice, Chthon, Gaia, and Reverse Flash. And he had Chthon on him as well. So Kong would start on, what is this, click 11. So he'd be a 9, 13, 21, 6. And then if somebody killed Wendigo, he would then be a 10, 14, 22, 7. And then the black symbiote that I would kill off would give him shape change and steel energy. And then the red symbiote would give him blades, claws, fangs, and sidestep and shape change also. So I could Ares bomb or something like that, which ended up not coming up ever. And then Daredevil was just there so that I could get in Beetlejuice the first turn and start killing things. And that's pretty much how that went. I don't think Kong died all day.
No, I almost beat him, though.
You almost beat me. You didn't beat Kong.
Yeah, I almost beat Kong.
You think so?
Yeah, I remember. Kong, he's really close to his last stop click.
Yeah, was he?
Yeah.
Was he?
He's like right there.
Was he?
Yeah, I remember.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
You had a lot of almost this weekend, little bud.
Blah, blah.
All right, let's go over your team. What did you play?
I played Prime Colossus with the Destroyer armor, which I loved a lot. I just love Prime Colossus in general. I played Juggernaut with Bucky's armor and Cathan.
The Legacy one?
Yeah, Legacy one. He's really good. I personally love him.
So what were you attacking everybody with if you got it off?
On click 1, I would be a 13 for a possibility of 7, a potential of 7. But
if you had the Empower?
Yeah, if I had Empower. But if I didn't have Empower, it would be 6.
All right. And then what else was on your team?
I had Kevin, which is probably like the first time I've ever played Kevin.
Mm-hmm. Did you like him?
Yeah, he's fun. Love this team a lot. I had Predagon.
Mm-hmm.
With Black Symbiote, Red Symbiote, both have 15 points like my dad, and then Copycat Pug and Zenty Pug. My sideline was Ares, Beetlejuice, Cathan, and Mimic.
And you kind of did the same thing, right? Calling Beetlejuice so that you could put the symbiotes on your main attackers? Yeah.
And then I don't have a lot of free actions except my Charge Mind Control.
All right. And then, Miles, do you want to go over your first round match?
Yeah, so my first round match was against the Clix Bad AJ. And this... Yeah, he asked me if I wanted to buy a shirt for his band. I said no. And then as we started, he said, fine, if I don't score any points, then you're going to buy it. And I still said no. But he's playing Clix Camp, which was Chase Thor at 75 with Stormbreaker, the Asgardian Spider-Man with Mjolnir, the Fantastic Thor's Invisible Woman with Destroyer Armor, Tooth Grinder, Pegasus Cap, and the Chase Loki at 30 with Ares and Soul Gem on the sideline. And I'm using the Gamma Bombs from Incredible Hulk, and so he saw those, and he said he's starting to get PTSD because he didn't know those were legal again. And I explained to him, no, these are just representing my hindering markers. So he put me on the mansion, so I went first. He slowly moved up, trying to, huddle up and everything. I did my thing where I dropped off both bombs, and I killed his entire team except for Chase Thor. That turn, and then Chase Thor died the turn after. And so I won 300-0.
That sounds like a quick match.
Oh, the Gamma Bomb's doing 6 to 8 damage with knockback. So so the Spider-Man Mjolnir, the first one went off, and so he didn't even get his stop click. So he took 3 damage with knockback going to click 5, and then the second one killed him. Tooth Grinder died, and Pegasus Cap died. Invisible Woman was still alive because she had invulnerability. So she was on her last click with 8 attacks, 16 defense, or 18, I guess, with the Destroyer Armor and 2 damage.
I thought you meant 9
So she really wasn't
damage
crazy.
for some reason.
Yeah.
Or 8 damage. I'm like, what? That's crazy. 8 printed damage? Whoa.
Yeah, the Gamma Bombs came in clutch, for sure.
Yeah, Gamma Bombs are so clutch.
And
Wait,
then,
Is this the rebirth of the no roll team, Miles?
Well, no, you still roll. So 4 through 6.
I know, no, but I mean no attack rolls is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, no, that's exactly why. Like, yeah, this is reminiscent of my Chase Torch team. But now since PJ ruled it and we're still, waiting because I mean there's been a few rulings at events where the win has said opposite, but as of right now it's considered effect terrain, so I'm waiting on like an official win ruling because things can change. But as of right now it's going to be 1. So that means that if you're carrying it, it can now go off when you're held. So I still like my team, even with 1 bomb, because 1 bomb is devastating. I like my attacks, but yeah, for sure, it was amazing. I don't know if you were able to watch any of the games, Redmond, but yeah, it was so fun to play it.
No, I was not. Then my round 1 game, I played against David Clay, who had the team Nocron, which kind of had a few Black Lanterns. So it was Prime Swamp Thing with Avatar of Khonshu, Green Arrow with the Trick Arrows, Myrn with the Dream Ruby, Green Man with the Broadsword Construct, Predegaton, 2 Weasel Pogs, and a Timebreaker. And so he had a kind of a neat team. Basically, it was really just get Green Arrow to attack with a pretty high range, and Swamp Thing, once Green Arrow hit and the Grave Terrain marker was under the target, then they could not reduce any damage. And then he was able to go in with the Black Lantern Swamp Thing after and clean some stuff up. So he got off of me 85 points, and then I got the 298.
How did you get 298?
So he was playing the Fire Hydrant and the Barricade, which now that the Barrel is banned, sadly, then I think these might come into play a little bit more. So they basically just say if you move adjacent to them, then you have to stop your movement.
That's cool.
Not bad, yeah. It's an okay second to the Barrel.
Hey, get away from the construction. We're working on a building right now. You can't come in this town.
Yeah. And then Oliver got a bye, and you got to still practice against Matt, right? A little bit. Do you remember how that went?
He had Brother Voodoo with the, he had a Bloodstone, so I was keeping my Juggernaut in the back. Because I'd want to take all that damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't want to take, 20 damage.
And gave you some reminders on some things to do and just to be a little bit more aggressive. Yeah. All right, and then what did you do for your second game, Miles?
I played against Skullpire and Kids, who was playing Venom God of Symbiotes with Destroyer armor. He didn't know what he wanted me to build his team, and the day before, I said, just go back and run Venom God of Symbiotes with Destroyer and then throw some one-shots. So he ended up, because he's been playing this figure ever since he got him when he came out. So he also had Fortify, Occult Retribution, and Shield Throw. I'm not sure why Shield Throw. I know you get the range, but I just don't know when that would ever come up. But I guess, it gives you an extra target. So you can just, if you're within 4, I guess. But yeah, it was, I made some mistakes for some reason. I was letting him roll Impervious for my bombs. Because, it was the second game and just I wasn't even thinking. So he was rolling his Impervious, which was sometimes 3 through 6, when technically he shouldn't have. And so luckily that didn't come in to play because I ended up winning 300 to 30. But yeah, if I would have ended up losing because of that, I would have definitely not been too happy about it, because it's what was I even thinking?
And then I played Corey Franklin, who played Doctor Doom with the Universal Weapon that chased Thor after I had to see him a bunch the day before, with the Destroyer armor, the Legacy Black Panther, Chair Panther with +1 longsword, Legacy Druid with Avatar of Towerette, Prime Elsa Bloodstone with the Trick Arrows, Perdegaton with the Cosmic Cube, and then the Phoenix Pog.
What does the Cosmic Cube do?
So Cosmic Cube is kind of a unique play, it sounds like Counter Brian. But basically, you can either place an adjacent character up to 4 squares away from their current square, generate a blocking terrain marker, or remove a non-debris terrain marker within 4 squares, Opposing characters within 4 squares can't use the effects of equipment, or it just gives you prob. Which, it honestly,
Prob's
seeing
good.
it in action, it really wasn't that bad. It was kind of neat. Gave him a couple times the move a character came up, and I know that was helpful for sure.
Is it? No, it's just a character, not opposing.
Yep, just a character. So I know he did it to me at
Red
least once.
Skull gets it for free.
Mm-hmm.
Is that in a comic?
Maybe. So I kind of just rushed at him with my Kong after I put all the symbiotes on him, and then this was the start of this one was a little bit rough. I missed my attacks. I got tokened up and had to clear. I crit missed early on as well, so there were some things that did not go my way early on, but I was able to kind of rally back, and then at last action after he was up, I was able to KO his Thor and Elsa Bloodstone. So I ended up taking this one at the end, 185 to 100.
A 100 pump.
But yeah, it was a lot of whiffing when it was not supposed to happen. Because I think my Kong was at a 14 at least attack, and so I only needed like 5s. All right, and then do you remember your game, bud, against Ian?
Yeah, it was Beetlejuice just like shuts down everything on plants because Man-Thing can't poof.
Mm-hmm.
Swamp Thing can. So first, let's actually go over the team.
Sure, let's do that.
So he had the super rare and normal Swamp Thing from Masters of Time with the glider with 15 points. He had Main Thing with Avatar of Khonshu, 2 Poison Ivies that get to shoot through plant terrains, one with the Destroyer armor and the other with the longsword. And then his sideline was the Mind Gem for 10 points, Ares, and Khonshu, because Avatar of Khonshu.
Do you remember how the game went at all?
Oh, so we were playing on Brock's bunker, I think. And I locked him up into a little room. So he brought his Man-Thing up once. He can't poof or any of that, so he couldn't escape. And I just beat him up with running through him with 7, then mind controlling a different turn I mind controlled him, and his Swamp Thing was right behind him. Mm-hmm. So I mind controlled, hit his Swamp Thing. And yeah. He had like a really high defense though.
And then you were able to win that one. What was the score?
300 to 30.
Very nice job. All right, Miles, in the last round of Swiss for you.
Yeah, so the last round of Swiss, I ended up playing Mr. Eagle himself, Brian Dormeyer, the former king. He put him on the map. Brian's playing the Spottister Syndicate Post Errata version 7. It was unthemed. He went with Sandman at 75 with Khonshu, Spot with Hell Cycle, Mysterio with Glider, Rhino with Longsword, and Perdegaton with Evil Entwinement, Fortify, Ares, Juice, Khonshu, Mimic on the sideline. This one didn't go so well for me. I missed my bombs, or I hit my bombs, but it just didn't really do much because he knew the team. I'm not going to hide the team, so I'm like, yeah, sure, yeah, this is exactly the team I'm bringing. So he split his team up. So the bomb went off on his Mysterio, but only did 4 damage, so it didn't kill him. And then Spot, I'm like, you know what? We're going to go ahead and attack Spot. So I brought in Reverse Flash to attack his Spot. I missed the first attack, probbed it, missed it again. And the second attack, I rolled a crit miss. And with Spot, it's when the Spot is missed by an attack after resolutions, you deal the attacker 2 damage. So since I missed him twice and crit missed, my Reverse Flash went on his last click. And and then it was
5 damage, right? Because
it was poor placement. Yeah, it was poor placement on my part. But I learned because we had a rematch right after this, or not right after this, a game after in top 4. So I learned from my mistakes. But Yeah, this is just akin to me being rusty. Like I haven't played or practiced like realistically in 3 months, and this team is, was a hodgepodge. Built it to see who would, if it would be voted on, and it was. So he was able to get one of his wins back. So this is the first time Brian's beat me in the last 2 years. So that must have felt real good for him.
It probably did. Probably felt nice
Yeah.
to just get that one win finally.
I think so.
And then I actually had to play Oliver in the third round here.
Fight to the death.
So he played it pretty well. I think, what would you have done different? Anything?
No, just punching Kong for more damage.
So I came over
No,
early.
killing Wendigo.
Wendigo, yeah.
Killing Wendigo, that would have made me win by 5 points.
So I brought Wendigo up pretty early, and he wasn't killing him, but he did damage him a little bit.
Because you told me how your team works. That's
Yep.
why you don't tell me how your team works.
Trying to get you better. And then I was just attacking with Kong and Wendigo would miss, I believe. And
No, it's because you're trying to attack my high defense people.
so he would miss?
Yeah.
And
You're
then
attacking my prime colossus a lot.
Mm-hmm. And you were able to take out I think everything else besides Wendigo and Kong. And if you would have taken out Wendigo, that would have given you 45 more points because the final score was 80 to 45. So
No,
it
you
was
just a 40.
80 to 40. So if you would have gotten the 45, that would have put you up by 5. But we kind of just met in the middle and punch because that's where the meta is now. Just smash and bash right in the middle.
Smash and disrupt. That's
And
why I love that set so much. Because it's so much close combat action.
Time got called 80 to 40.
Again, I just needed one more turn.
One more turn. If you'd have gotten that Wendigo, you would have had it.
No, or I could have just ran through Juggernaut. I mean, not Juggernaut. What's his name?
Kong?
Yeah, Kong, and then that would bring him to a stop click, and then mind control you with Colossus.
And then that brought us to top 8. So we all made top 8. And then unfortunately, Oliver had to play Miles. Miles, do you want to start off this one?
Oh no, I think it's better. I think it's better if Ollie gets go ahead and describes it.
All right, do you want to go over the game, bud?
So yeah, there was a crazy Miles first turn destroys all of my team, where he brings up Red Hulk, generates a bomb. I brought out Beetlejuice first turn, and then I brought him in on click 4, I think. Yeah, click 4, and Miles exploded Beetlejuice and another half of my team away in one turn. So
Just one turn?
yes.
Yeah.
But then I have my MVPs left. Kevin, Juggernaut, and Colossus. So nothing that game. It just didn't go good.
Did that
I almost killed his. Came in.
He
my
did
last.
he put up a pretty good fight with Colossus and Juggernaut for sure.
I'm not losing without a fight.
Yeah, dropping the bombs on Colossus to get that defense down was very important because a 20 defense is better to hit than a 22. So.
Mhm. Yeah. So you weren't attacking me really. You were bombing me.
So
Yeah, I
what
was pretty much just bombing you.
What do you think he could have done differently to have better results?
Split my team up.
Is that the big thing?
Well, I mean, so his first turn, he called in Juice. I guess he shouldn't have called in Juice. And even if he splits his team up, he'd have to move them all away because the 2 bombs, it's everywhere within 3 of that bomb.
Yeah, but they.
And then because losing Perdegaton, Juice, the symbiotes, and then the Pogs, that really hurt him because he didn't have any way to really engage with Colossus and Juggernaut since he didn't have any more TK.
And then you also did you score one of my Kevin lives or no?
I did. I one bomb hit him and then another bomb hit him,
and
and
then
then-
another bomb hit him.
No, then he was so then he was the last figure. So since
That's
I rolled
right.
willpower with Red Hulk, yeah, he can poison after being moved. So I just moved him adjacent to Kevin and poisoned you to get the 40.
Yeah, that was a really good ending.
Yeah.
Well, you made it all the way to top 8, bud, at your first top 8 event, so that was really
Yeah.
good, right?
I want to stay here and hear your game.
Okay.
Yes,
All right,
brother.
and then
That was
my
awesome.
top 8, then I played against Skullpire and kids, and I knew what Venom God of Symbiotes did. I forgot about the increase of the single D6 roll for Impervious as well, though. So he had the 4, and I really just could not hit him for most of the game. My biggest mess up was not putting Cthon on somebody else instead. And so I had to kind of take time to heal with Gaia instead, which wasn't great for the pacing. And I just missed way too many attacks. He rolled too many super senses on the symbiotes, so he was keeping a high number of those around, which was also difficult.
Played a Venom God of Symbiotes with Destroy Armor once, and it was ridiculous.
That's pretty strong. And then I hit him once because he forgot to make one of his symbiotes, and so I think he took like 6 damage straight through. And then I was able to finally pin him down. I had the elevated in my hand, and if I hit him for 6, it would put him on his last click. So I was using the elevated in the attack to make 7 penetrating go through, and that would have KO'd him. Needed a 6, I think, and rolled a 4, and then that was the end of that, and that was the end of my day.
Yep.
So
All
my
you needed was one prob.
and I didn't have it. All right, what about top 4, Miles?
Yep. So top 4 was my rematch with the former king. And this one I played a lot different. He actually messaged me and said he gave me kudos because he split up his team and he saw that I completely changed my strategy against him. Because, believe it or not, I do learn. But so I was able to actually take out a lot of his team. And this one was really close for majority of the game. And it actually came up, a very important thing came up. So he was double tokened with Sandman, and he missed his willpower. If he didn't miss that willpower, my Red Hulk would have died. So like that was realistically like I'll give I'll give him credit, that it is a little bit luck when you're rolling dice, and but I'm my team's based off of the single D6, so like the only thing I can tell him is just learn to roll better. So he rolled a 2 on his willpower, and that ended up costing him the game. Because I was able to kill Rhino after that, because he had Rhino and Sandman left with a Mysterio Goon. And Rhino was on, I believe, click 4 or 5, because he was playing him at 50, so he had the 12 attack. So Sandman was just able to copy that 12 attack. And so once Rhino died, like I didn't really care too much about Sandman, because Sandman was like a 9 attack now, since he was on his lower dial. He also whiffed on his regen. He was only able to regen for 1. So, yeah. And then the bombs were going off, killing him.
This game I actually did watch. Yeah, he had a lot of 1s for some big rolls.
Yeah, Chris Thomas was there, so he was definitely the MVP. For some reason, like whenever me and Brian play, I like play my best games against him, and I feel like he plays his best game. I think that we're very similar in play style. And so it's like essentially like different sides of the same coin. And so we just get the best out of each other. And so it's always fun. And it's just hilarious that, yeah, I played him in Swiss in both events and in top 4 in both events. So.
Yeah, this game I actually got to watch. It was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, it brought me 3-1 over him over the weekend. So, yeah.
I think a lot of people watched that match. No, that was the last one.
The last one, yeah, too.
Yeah, the finals, yeah.
Then Corey beat Skullpire and kids to go to the top two. So Corey Franklin versus Miles Kane. How did this one go, Miles?
I made a huge mistake. He put me on Bloodstone, and I literally said on stream, I was just like, "Oh crap! I did not even prep to even think about this map." I think he thought I was joking, but I actually wasn't. He Perdegaton. I put my side was with the where like half the map was open, so I put my team there. He Perdegatoned my caveman Wally West on the other side of that, and was able to block a lot of the entrances with blocking. And this was actually the first time that I'm like, you know what? Whatever, we'll leave Wally there. I'll give Cap the bomb. Cap's bomb didn't go off till turn 5, and it was a moot point at that time. I was able to get like 85 points from the first Gamma bomb that Hulk dropped, but the huge misplay was doing it with Cap. I should have had Cap charge and destroy a wall and have Wally come and get into position. Because yeah, like I said, I was rusty with this team, and so I was doing a lot of misplays, and so I waited way too long for Wally to get engaged in the game, and it costed me. But it's fine. This is also the first time Corey beat me, and there's an old saying that I like to say is that winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners. So yeah. You can't win them all, and congratulations to Corey for taking Clix Camp.
Yeah, congrats to you, Corey. So Degeneration Clix takes Sealed on Friday, and the Eagles take Modern on Saturday.
I think
with Degen 5, Eagles 3, so we won the weekend.
That math checks out to me too.
Yeah, it does.
Overall, a very fun weekend. Awesome seeing everyone out there. Ali, did you want to say anything?
I had a lot of fun at the event. It was nice to be outdoors because I wasn't freezing hot or really cold.
You weren't freezing hot?
Oh my god, that's what Natty says so much.
You got to play some BRs too, right? It was
I did. That
really
was nice.
Cool location, and it was a lot of fun.
One battle royale. There was 2 supers pulled, and then a chase pulled. That was crazy and cool.
All right.
That was a really fun event.
Miles, anything from you?
Me and Matt are going to be making plans starting next month. It went really well, much better than he was expecting, and for the first event, and so we're going to be pushing the next one to be even bigger. So hopefully we'll be able to give people more time in advance. I was unable to push it as much as I wanted to because I ended up going back to work. Working 10s is hard. So yeah, we're going to be starting the push starting next month for Clix Camp 2026.
Yeah, awesome. We'll definitely be out there.
I forgot that Clix Camp was sponsored by Bob's Deli. So I want to give a shout out to Bob's Deli. Didn't
they have a tagline?
I don't know if I should say the tagline.
You should.
Okay, I'll get the tagline. I gotta try and find it again. Pete should hopefully be muted because Pete's gonna die. Okay. Which one? Tell me which one, Ollie. Which one you want?
Anyone.
Okay, here we go. Okay, I used to be lonely, my stomach would ache. Then Bob made me a sandwich, true love on a plate. Oh, pastrami, passion, cheddar dreams come true. Bob's Deli, baby, I'm falling for you. Bob's Deli, hold me in your buns tonight.
That was magical. Before we wrap up on this, I would like to say thanks to Kate and I would like to say thanks to Matt and Katie for hosting an amazing weekend of an event and opening your house to us. Thanks to Jason Phillip for picking us up and just putting in a ton of work to make Clix Camp happen. And also to Alex Firo for dropping us off on Sunday morning at the airport. Appreciate all of you guys. All right, tell me if this sounds familiar. You've got questions, we've got answers.
Your ass better call somebody!
Do you remember that one?
I do.
All right, first we got Joseph Coleman Harrison. Is Colossus Prime Spirit of Vengeance the standard that most teams should be building for currently? Yep, just smash and bash, Joe. That's what it looks like we're doing here until they fix some stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's it's hard to disagree with that. Prime Colossus, especially with the destroyer armor, is just his uptick in play is just extremely high now. So yeah, smash and bash, smash and destroy, I suppose.
I think he's probably right. Unfortunately, it's smash and bash and destroy.
Dan, do you see anything different?
Unfortunately, like everything I've looked at right now, the last like couple CCOs is just like variations of this. So yeah, unfortunately, it's not very um open. It feels like, or people are just like very narrow as far as their choices.
Yep, kind of like we called this, so good thing Beetlejuice is around to kill everything. I personally think it's a team that can steamroll 80 to 90% of the meta, but at the same time loses to teams with power cancellation such as trick arrows, peg cap, etc. I know you still have to hit numbers, but it just doesn't feel like a very versatile team defensively. It's a pretty good team, but are you saying you can't just smash and bash through some trick arrows and peg caps, though, Joe? Just smashing and bashing with your team?
I mean, who doesn't like trick arrows?
Me. I hate those things.
I mean, yeah, that's how it is though. Especially once they got rid of the barrel, it's a straight alpha. We're once again in a full alpha because you can't really build defensive. So if you build this team to be defensive, like how are you going to stop an alpha strike? So you're going to have to go the smash, bash, destroy.
Yeah.
And hope you go first.
Just go and then roll dice. Just go and beat them up. Get them. Go, guys.
Yeah, it's like when you're at an arcade and you're playing those Street Fighter games or whatever, and you're not good at them, so you just mash buttons. That's what this team feels like.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's the majority of those video game players, and that's the majority of Clix players currently.
I played mine with 048 Dream Ruby instead of Colossus Prime, and it felt very strong. But I can see why people think the Colossus version is better. But if it goes against the Kale team with Green Man or something, doesn't Spirit of Vengeance just gets obliterated as well as Colossus? I don't know, just rambling. If you had to pick 3 core pieces who have the best chance of being on the winning team at Worlds, what would they be? For me, it's 048 Ghost Rider, Colossus, and Jennifer Kale, with Mern and Kale being interchangeable. I'm going to say Colossus, Predegaton, and Kong.
Yeah, I can't put Kale on that list without Man-Thing. I think that Kale loses to more teams than she beats without Man-Thing.
Yeah, I really like Kale, but I need to play her with Man-Thing if otherwise she's just an easy target, and that's not great.
Yeah, Dylan showed that last year at Worlds. That like Kale is squishy, but like when you team her up with Man-Thing, like it's worth the 80 or 85 points.
Right.
I mean, but Man-Thing's great, so it's like it's not really a bad choice to play him either.
No, not at all. I mean, I think 048 has a good chance of being up there. Unfortunately, once we get to McConnell's question, like I can honestly see a Beetlejuice main force being one of the winning builds as well.
I still think Kamo is like big. Honestly, he just functions, and that's like the biggest thing. So I still think, and he just hits like a brick, and he's one of those guys good base stats. So like you're not as worried about like you can hit the number then, even if you don't have perplex. Considering that free actions are very limited now. So that's probably my top one. I don't know. So, but I think he's more of a sleeper pick. I don't know about top for one for what. I think Kale or Mern is kind of interchangeable for that. So I think those are probably going to be on. I think Mern is like actually underplayed, shockingly enough. So, and I had to face him last night, and I was like, I forgot why I didn't like this piece because I hadn't seen him in like 8 months.
Yeah, he's terrible too. I'm glad people aren't playing him.
It was one of those where just ignoring the map was a big deal. I was like, oh, that's right. You can just shoot me through walls. Yeah, I remember how dumb that was.
Pete, do you have 3 core pieces?
I think main force Juice. I think Ghost Rider. I think Joe's right, and I think Mern. I think Mern is better than Kale and fits on more teams, and I think now in the alpha heavy meta, that's what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm. All right, going to Matt Zielinski. How was the competition in the pathetic Northwest? Just as you would expect. Pathetic. No, I love you guys out there. It's very fun to play against anyone out there, really. And you guys just build a little differently, and it's fun to see what you guys come up with. Miles, what would you? How would you describe the PNW?
The PNW is very top heavy, and with that, what I mean is that the top players are just it's from the top players to even the mid or the lower players is it's the skill level is not even close. So that's where it is. Is that it's very top heavy. So you always see the same names. You have me, you have the Eagles. We have a few players that are getting there. But yeah, it's very top heavy. I call it the pathetic Northwest because I wanted to call out Brian and prove that he's not king, and I proved it over the weekend. Even with Corey winning, that's fine. But yeah, I still think it's pathetic. So we gotta pick up the pace and have more people start picking up and start showing that it's not the pathetic Northwest. Um, yeah, it's less of a dig at people and more of a light a fire under their butts. But yeah.
And we'll take a closer look at the next episode. But the whole West Coast does build just a lot differently, even with what you're saying. You know, the top heavy, whatnot. It's still very different than the rest of the U.S.
Oh, yeah, absolutely is.
How do you think the builds stack up to what you've seen in other tournaments this year? Really, I didn't see a whole lot of crossover, but we did get a bunch of huge erratas at just a couple weeks before the event, so I'm going to have to say some of it has to do with that.
No, that's just how they build. A lot of the people build there. Is yeah, they build with weird wonky stuff. We saw the basis of plants. We had a plant player, and a few tent poles. There was a few unique team builds there for sure. The Apocalypse team, which because once again it's I have someone asked me to build them a team and like I just don't have time. Like I barely have enough time for myself, so I was able to build them an Apocalypse theme team that was unfortunately didn't do what it should have done. That's probably just lack of practice and I don't know, like overconfidence potentially as well. Just because like when you look at the team, like what it can do and you think it's going to be better than it is. But yeah, it's tough too when you look at the teams. Like I don't know how many of those builds would have been able to actually compete when you look at the Midwest and the East Coast CCOs. Like I don't know if any of those teams are going to realistically be able to beat like the Colossus Ghost Rider or the even the camo build from Tennessee, and then as well as the Spirit of Vengeance. So it'd be really interesting.
Yeah, it's weird when some of the big
It's just
modern staples just don't make their way out there. Like there were 0 Spirits of Vengeances, right?
yeah, and there was not a lot of Spirit of Vengeance legacy cards pulled out here, so and a lot of the players just and like I don't blame them are not going to pay $90 for a legacy card. They're not
Right.
just because like the need to like get sweaty meta just isn't in the blood of most people, and so it gives us a bad name when actually it shouldn't.
I agree with that. Do we have something with this tournament looking towards the future? Absolutely. If you keep posting it, I can't see it not growing every year. I know we'll be back for sure. Peter, Dan, do you think you might be able to make the trip out there next year?
I will have to reply to that in a future comment. So, because I was specifically like mentioned, so I'm gonna try.
All right. Pete?
So having traveled out there, I have to say it's a beautiful area. The people out there, I've never had a bad game out there against anybody, even ones that didn't turn out well for me. Um, I'm honestly, my Clix travel next year will be very different than what it's been in the past, and this is definitely one that's going to make the gotta get to, because it just looked like a beautiful play outdoors, enjoy the weather. There's tons of other stuff to do, and when we travel, I know when I've traveled with Redmond and Christine, and like we like to do other things in the area, and it just offers a lot of stuff that you don't get here in the Midwest.
Yeah. We ended up
Yeah, and next year I'll bring the dad van, so that way we can actually go and make trips.
the only thing I wish we could have done is hit some of those restaurants that we normally do, like Pine Street Biscuits and what's the other one that we always eat at? Oh,
the slider place.
Yeah, the burger
PDX
place.
sliders.
PDX sliders.
Yeah.
That's still, because it's an hour plus to Portland from there.
Yeah, we flew in at Portland, so it was like an hour drive there. That was the only thing that that I regret, was not being able to make time to do that. But obviously, still worth the trip.
We'll do it next year.
I mean, I love the outdoors, so just being able to do that just seems so fun. Like, I just like to see pictures of the venue and that where you guys played, and to hear Ollie talk about how nice it was to be outdoors and like have nice weather. Yes, please, thank you.
Yeah, we played in kind of like a really nice barn. It was really cool. All of the sides opened up a little bit. It was awesome. And thanks for making the trip. Yeah, no problem. We had a blast, and really thanks for all your hospitality. It really made the trip awesome. Then we have Mork Bird. Good day, guys. Loving all the CCO coverage. Will you be covering all CCO events, including the international CCOs? Yeah, we'll definitely go over all of the events, and just probably the week after it happens. So this episode's just going to be Clix Camp and the questions, and then we'll put one out in a day or two with the all of the CCOs, just the CCO coverage.
Yeah, I think the CCOs are a super important event, and I'm not going to speak for everybody, but I want to give them the time they each deserve.
Yeah, we would have had to fly through them if we did them all in one night with everything else we had to cover. So busy week. With some clarifications contradicting the comp rules, do you think this opens the door for further poor interpretations by players leaning on these rulings with judge calls, particularly the Odin and Ravens call and other potential sideline yo-yo abuse, which is more likely in silver? Personally, Odin will be ruled as an exception, but not the rule here. Yeah, there's definitely some weird ones right now. Some I really don't like, but I do want to clarify the Odin and Ravens question from last week that we were a little confused on, but just what the actual ruling was, or what the question was, because I was a bit confused by it. But it was the question asking if Odin coming onto the map triggered his trait multiple times as well, so that if he was brought in twice, would each character with a favored token get +2? So if he came in once, he'd give a favored token out, he'd leave, and then he would come back in again, give another favored token out on a different character, and then he would leave again. And because that trait was triggered twice, would each of those figures get +2? And so that was what the question was asking. And so when he does come in, he is considered a new character, but that trait will not trigger multiple times. So he will give a token out, but it's not going to be plus whatever for everyone that's come in, just however many tokens you have. Does that make sense, or did I complicate that?
Yeah, so you can still get the +2 no matter what.
Well, you'll get the every time he comes in, you get a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not multiplying every time he comes in beyond that.
Yeah, you're only getting whatever the amount of tokens times 1, basically, right? Is what you're getting at. It's not multiplicative; it's additive.
Right. You can't. So by the second time he's come in, if two characters have one token each, they're not going to be each +2. They're just each +1. Yeah. But it'll keep happening every time he comes in. He is considered a new character. That was the confusing part.
Yeah. That's what I figured was the point of that one. The question was just the wording of the question, and then the way the answer was written was very murky.
But yeah, we cleared that up with quite a few texts after the last podcast went live. All right, number 3 is... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I just... I think it's important to keep corner cases in mind, because this game kind of lends itself to it sometimes. But I think anytime that you're running into conflict potentially with the comprehensive, that needs definite, direct, and definitive clarification every time, and
Yeah.
why it's running into to go against the comprehensive.
Number 3 is Destroyer Armor going to be the new motorcycle post-rotation, or do you think other equipment is more prevalent? I think it's going to be around till it rotates, right? It's too good, and there's always going to be an Asgardian that it just makes better for free.
I still think the glider is being underplayed, especially the blades combat reflexes, just because Ares is not rotating. So that way you can give people for instance, like Prime Colossus is like the easy build right now is giving him Destroyer Armor, but at the same time you can give him combat reflexes and blades. So now, like if you are dealing with a main force juice or whatever, you can still charge in blades because it's not a close as free.
It's charging
So-
precision strike, Miles.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
which
it's
one's
blades.
the blade? Oh, the blades is willpower. Yeah. So you have two options. I think the blades is still worth it, and like Colossus won't get that +2 defense. That's what it is, but he'll be able to charge in blades doing Ares bomb, and you can still do the terrain trick with that with multiple giant reach 4 equipment. So I think that the Destroy Armor is the easy answer. I think just like a motorcycle was always the easy answer, but then you started seeing people using Hell Cycle more because it was more nuanced for certain builds, and I think Glider's going to be the same way as Hell Cycle. That I think that the Destroy Armor you're going to see more of, but you're going to slowly see an uptick in Glider because of the different options that you have, because you can also give certain figures like what Brian was playing with Mysterio and the Glider, is that he's going to be able to choose to give him Blades Claws Fangs for like an Ares bomb if you want, because you can carry up one of the clones in free place, or you can give him the energy explosion with energy shield deflection. So there's a lot of, I think, different ways that you can take advantage of the Glider, but for now the Destroy Armor is just the easy answer.
It's definitely underplayed, but honestly, that 3-6 willpower and +2 defense is you can't ignore that. It might be the easy answer. It's
that's what I'm saying. Is that's why I think it is the new motorcycle, and I'm comparing the Glider more so with the Hell Cycle, because the Hell Cycle only sees play on certain figures, and
gotcha.
So those certain figures were being played more, so that's why we've been seeing an uptick in Hell Cycle, and I think that's going to be the same thing with the Glider.
Dan, Destroyer Armor?
I mean, there's hopefully going to be a continuation of just Asgardians that are good with the armor, but honestly, I think the biggest thing is still think people, the +2 is big, right? Because it's just a consistent +2 defense. But man, I don't know. It's one of those where like everything is always continuously shifting with new sets. So I don't know if I haven't seen anything in like Land and Legacy that really shifts the armor downward. But I think it's always about just like what can you fit on your build. So,
well, I mean, 0 points on an Asgardian, so not only do you get the +2 defense though, but you're also getting that 3-6 willpower. That's why it's just good. It's because it's not just the +2 defense; it's that 3-6 willpower.
Yeah, but I'm considering it as the paid object, not necessarily. Yes, for free, it's amazing.
I think even paid, like, because if you look at it, I mean, 3-6 willpower is worth 15 points on top of a reducer and +2 defense.
No, I get that. So it's just, I guess it's more or less of, does there anything else that comes out in the future where that might like shake things up a bit, and this might fall out of favor, or stuff like the like Kale or Mern type effects like pop up more regularly, and then you're like, oh, the +2 defense doesn't matter. Like the willpower is good, but the +2 defense doesn't matter.
Pete?
I agree with Miles. I think the Destroyer Armor is the motorcycle. You're going to see it on most builds. And I think there are definitely times when the Glider would benefit you. I just personally hate that I have to remember that equipment can cost more than 10 points.
Yeah, 15 points is a lot, but it's proven that it's worth it already on multiple pieces, so there's no way it's going anywhere.
Wait. For a person that lived through the Necrosword meta, you're telling me that's like, oh yeah, look at that. It's just that, like, I feel like it's basically the same equivalent, because everybody was trying to shoehorn that thing into a build.
That was
only
different,
on
though.
Like super high efficient attackers, which is basically what Sky Tyrant at the time, right?
Well, remember when
like
for most of the time when that piece was out, though, the Necrosword, you had to start with it on the map. and TK it back to you. So if you went second, odds are somebody was destroying it and going up 15 points turn one.
No, that wasn't my point. It was just one of those where it was such a good piece that I feel like there was, and it's the same amount of points, right? That's where I was drawing that equivalency. It was one of those where like, hey, it's totally worth it to put it on my build. Yes, the dance was a little different at that point, but it was still on everyone's like list of considerations of can I fit this on my build.
So I guess where I would differ with this is that the only time the Necrosword costed you nothing was when you played Null, right?
Right.
Yeah,
And
but that was not very common. That's what I mean.
With the advent of equipment going on keywords, like there's going to be very few teams where an Asgardian is going to make it at this point, and armor is going to come in for free. I mean, even the motorcycle couldn't do that.
Yeah, there's nothing motorcycle, house cycle. When did they start that? Batman team up, right? Just not every piece of equipment got it then.
Yeah, Batman Team Up was the first set with no. It was before Beyond Amazing.
Mjolnir's kind of the same thing. You're going to see that constantly.
Yeah, because Beyond Amazing was when we had the symbiotes that you could equip for free.
Oh yeah, okay. All right, number 4, wrestling question. Who has had the best singular ring gear for an entrance and or match? As always, welcome to agree with others, but please make unique choices. I think one of my favorites is honestly going to be the Triple H WrestleMania entrances. Most of those have been pretty good. I think the Terminator one was pretty cringy, though.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go with one of the most ridiculous outfits of all time, and that's the Ultimate Warrior from SummerSlam 1992 with his skin-colored singlet. It's right up there with Rick Rude when he was feuding with Jake Roberts and had Jake Roberts' wife on his tights.
I love both of you, but I hate both of you. Triple H has had some all-timers. Rick Rude automatically popped into my head. Miles beat me to it. Swerve Strickland's had some really good outfits. Kenny Omega's had some amazing outfits. As far as entrances, though, you really can't beat some of the things that you've seen at WrestleMania. I mean, there's ones like Seth Rollins that one year with the choir and everything. Oh my gosh, amazing.
Yeah, the WrestleMania entrances are just top-notch. Dan, favorite wrestling entrance?
Honestly, you pulled Triple H out already, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
I did enjoy his like time to play the game entrance. That one's just a classic. It's like you hear it and you're like, that's great. I don't know how else to put it.
You're only missing the greatest entrance of all time, boys, and it will always be The Undertaker, sung in by Limp Bizkit on the motorcycle. Peak humanity. That's it. Final
Yeah, no, I didn't want to take that from you, Pete. I figured, I'll take Warrior and Rude, but I'll leave you Taker.
The
Dude, Rude was so underrated.
The Y2J debut was pretty awesome too.
That was very. Just to get roasted on the mic by Rock.
That was a great exchange.
It was.
And just a parting comment: Red Hulk play at home Gamma Bomb, yeah boy.
Yep.
Then we have Damian Davis. Now that the Superman movie has been released, I hope you guys watch the movie. Do you think Mr. Terrific needs a new Clix or Legacy card? I would like to see 2 different versions of Mr. Terrific, one ultimate support piece version and an attacker piece. I like the character in past, but after the movie, it made me more of a fan of the character. For me, a Superman movie is something I'll watch at home eventually. But I'm actually excited to see all the supporting characters that they put in it. As far as Mr. Terrific goes, though, I like the 2 that we got in Rebirth. And the character was cool in the Arrowverse shows. But it's time that we need a new one. I'd expect him to be in the next DC set, though, because that's usually how that works, right? Just like Peacemaker, he showed up, and then all of a sudden we got him in a couple sets, his own Iconics.
Yeah, I would honestly like was it the play at home kit one or whatever, or the release day one where it was the rule of 3 becomes the rule of 1. That would be funny. Just 'cause, again, it's one of those effects where it's like, hey, no stat mods, or you get very limited stat mods. So that would be
such a better version of what they're trying to do right now with Beetlejuice.
No, I know. And I'm just like, again, that would be like if you're gonna do a legacy, but you got to make him cheap because I think he was like 4 or 5 clicks only and really didn't do much else beyond um, like the whole trait thing. So
Was he 100 or 75
he
points?
was like, I think he was like 70 or something, 75. He was a lot. He was
He was-
definitely more points than what he was doing because he was just like a charge outwit. I'm like, he's gonna die before like anything really happens, unfortunately, because of this.
Pete, you played the release day one a couple times, and he usually did pretty well for you, I think, didn't he?
You kind of got to protect him. I agree 100% with what Dan said. I think that's your one. You make a legacy. I did like the other one in the set too that you talked about with the T spheres. I think you add a version of his T spheres to that, and you're cooking with gas with that piece.
Yeah, that's what I would.
I
Yeah, like you basically combine the main set version with that to be like, all right, do both things.
I love Mr. Terrific as a character. I love the JSA run with Jeff Johns. He is a underrated character. I have not seen the Superman movie, but every one of my comic friend fans said the Superman movie's you are going to go nuts over Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, he had a pretty rough 70 points for the main force one with the T-spheres, and then the play-at-home one that I liked better, or not play-at-home, release day was 50 points that I thought was really cool with the rule of 3 becomes the rule of 1. Way better.
So, silver options, scientist, somebody can make it happen.
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad point. Both very playable in silver. Then we have Joe Ruffing. So apparently the Spider-Man 400 comes with a canon event one-shot. Does this mean we should applaud WizKids for banning something they still had plans to sell? Is the fact they still want to sell us some the only reason for the vague promise to revisit the card in the future? That's actually a really good point. It was worded weirdly by them when they did the errata. I still don't know why they didn't just errata it from what it was to being an opposing effect, though, especially knowing that it's going to be in the 400 set, because now you get to hear about the negativity from a lot of people online that it's just going to be a useless piece of paper. So I would assume that is probably the reason it comes back.
It's literally an easy fix. You just make it an opposing effect. Like, literally, that's it.
I don't understand why. They obviously knew this was already going to be in the 400 set, though, so it just seems really weird to not, get ahead of it and just it.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't errata it to begin with, but yeah, they definitely said they'd revisit it, and this could potentially be why. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense now. Thoughts on this for a proposed fix to rivalry? During force construction, choose a legal character. If you are attacking only the character, you may choose not to roll the attack roll. If you do, the target becomes the hit target of the attack. Would having to choose a specific character blindly either cause their dominating the meta or a specific bad matchup be enough of a downside for an automatic hit? I think choosing your target would even be worse how rivalry is now. No? You don't even have to just share a keyword.
Choose force construction, but yeah, and I like your modify by 3, but there's so many things that stop that, so it makes it useless. Let's just do increase attack by 3.
It's still 5 points. There's also a lot of things that don't, and you just always get a +3 attack against anyone. I really do like that fix for it.
Yeah. I think I think the +3 would be perfect because, it's not guaranteeing a hit, but it's making it pretty close.
So for 5 points, you make an 11 attack of 14. Mm-hmm. That seems pretty good for 5 points.
I think as long as you still share the keyword, I think it's fine.
Yep.
The +3. I think you still have to have that caveat. Because the only thing I see with Joe's version is if you're just declaring it's an automatic hit without the keyword restraint, I think you still have problems with it.
Yeah, but in a world where everyone has destroyer armor, that could be the attack you need to break it. If it's just going to be +3, I honestly think it's fine to remove the keyword.
Yeah.
Personally.
If they're not going to revisit it and change it to function another way, I think it's fine just being gone. But if they want to revisit it, I think the +3 is a very reasonable solution.
Yeah,
you need to roll
just
dice.
make a few new sets.
Yeah,
right.
That's my thing.
Remake rivalry.
Yeah, I really don't want any version of a thing that just takes the dice out of the equation. So I'm not for really any mechanic. I don't mind dice replacement. I am not for just like I don't have to roll dice at all.
Yeah, just setting up and knowing you're going to hit was really bad for quite a few months. What did this come out in? This was Collector's Trove, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the play at home kit. Yep.
Oh yeah, it was Clix Camp. Came out in January. Yeah.
Oh man.
So it's 7 months.
It just led to too many problematic interactions after you hit. Like there was just too much other stuff that came from it when you didn't have to roll a dice. So you're guaranteed to launch every other thing after it. I just think there has to be a dice version of it.
Mm-hmm. All right, then we have John Michael DeGiulio. For each of you, what is one set that came out when you were not currently playing the game that you would like to play in a sealed setting? A set you feel like you missed out on for a good sealed experience? My answer would be Fear itself. So as somebody that's not a huge DC fan, I think the answer for me right away is War of Light. It just seemed like such a cool, unique set that was pretty old when we even started, and it kind of felt like we missed out on that. So I'm really hoping that Lantern Legacy holds up to what I think War of Light was like. But yeah, that's definitely my answer. Miles?
Incredible Hulk. I'm a huge Hulk fan. That set has a lot of fun figures from it, and so I would just love to play with sealed.
That's an interesting one that I would not have assumed.
Well, there's nothing like really like when you look at it like meta defining besides like the Gamma Bomb, but like that thing's not even going to be part of it, and so that's why it just looks like it'd be a fun sealed set.
I'd love to see all those chases get legacy cards.
Yeah. Oh, and if anyone has a full set of this that they're interested in selling for a decent price, message me. It's one set I'd like to have.
The Incredible Hulk chases?
No, the set itself.
Oh, the set itself. Okay.
Yeah.
Dan, what about you?
I'm just gonna steal that one. Honestly, is the Fear itself, because that was a cool like comic event, and that was the set design based on it. And I have a full set of the hammers. I bought them after the fact, but I never really got to play with like initially do the whole like storyline thing. And I still don't have the Serpent, the 6x3, so that would have been really cool to like try to go after and get the win for. So I just really I have that full like I have the compendium for that event, so like that would be really dope to go back and play that.
Oh man, I just realized that I might actually have the Serpent now from that collection I bought. Pete, didn't he have the Serpent? I swear he had the Serpent.
Oh, I think so.
Oh, I gotta go through those boxes.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he had it.
Oh, I gotta go through those boxes. I might actually have the Serpent.
Oh, it's not like you're gonna be giving that up anytime soon.
Correct, but I will let you touch it. You can touch my Serpent, Dan, when I see you this weekend.
You know what? I'm just gonna completely ignore the stupidity that was that remark.
You are gonna touch it. I know, right, Pete? Pete, you'll touch it, right?
He's not making that offer to anybody.
No. But if anybody wants to, I'll bring it to the next event.
Oh, yeah, so then that literally is anybody. So,
Pete, do you have an answer for this one?
So we started, and ADW was really heavy in the meta because of some of the chases and that. We never played that one in sealed, and I absolutely adore that set. Like that's one that we went back and collected really hard afterwards because we had just started playing like competitive events and that. But dude, to be able to play that in sealed seems like super fun.
It actually was a lot of fun. We bought I think a case of that set during COVID, and we had a bunch of really good games, Christine and I, with that. I remember her piece that she pulled in a couple of games. What's her name? Karen Page. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it was just a basic support piece that was whatever, but the amount of times that I tried to hit her and I couldn't, I would just surround her with all these attacker pieces and she just dodged every single attack. It was ridiculous. But it was a really fun set to play in sealed. I remember I pulled the Hawkeye out of one of them, the Hawkeye chase. Then we have Caleb Cadu. Peanut butter or Nutella, and why top 10 best ways to use it. Why is number 1 jamming opponents Michael Keaton in said jar and handing them the jar to them to dig it out? So Caleb, peanut butter, Nutella, strawberry jelly, and frosted flakes, all as a sandwich. That's number 1. But yours could be a close second. Miles, I bet you have a really messed up answer for this one.
Yeah, peanut butter, Nutella, and banana.
What
Amazing.
are you doing with it? Just eating it?
Yeah, you put it in a bun. I mean, you can do several things with it, but eating it is one of the preferred ways.
Okay, so now you said you put it in a bun, so you're eating it like a hot dog. Yes.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
called was a monkey dog.
Is it really?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah.
Dan, peanut butter, Nutella.
I mean, that's already good. I fully agree with Miles because I like that. That sounds like a great combination because I think my favorite ice cream is like banana and peanut butter ice cream. So I'm all about whatever that is. But I wouldn't waste putting Michael Keaton in that. That's just a waste of good Nutella and peanut butter. Like
That is a good point.
Absolutely is.
Like it's just that's such a waste. I'm like, man, I want to eat this now. I don't even want to go anywhere near it.
Pete, do you have an answer for this one?
This is tough, man. Like peanut butter and Nutella. I'd have to go with peanut butter by a small margin. But I'm not turning down Nutella. And if somebody stuffs a Michael Keaton in a jar of any of that, I'm going to laugh. So I think that's a pretty good answer.
Then we have Ryan Bookwood. Do you think WizKids will get their product releases lined up properly? What I mean by this is having the Spider-Man 400 set release with Spider-Verse set instead of 5 months after, especially since they're reusing sculpts from that set. Same with Mr. Freeze Snow Globe being released in February or March, I think. So I don't mind the 400 sets coming out later. The sculpts might be from those sets, but the new cards are really pretty different than the ones that we're getting in the main set. And I like getting new stuff randomly throughout the year. And if we got it all at once, then you just wouldn't be getting these random small releases. So I prefer the way they're doing it, actually. The Mr. Freeze Snow Globe, though, and other things like that, I think is just a string of bad luck, which with shipping issues, and then we have the tariffs and all that. So I think there are different things going on there.
Yeah, I would prefer, like you said, just to be a staggered release like that, like you said, with the same sculpts. I just think it's cool afterwards. You're able to, get those figures and play different. Because if you got them the same time, I think that they would be overshadowed by the set.
Yeah, they would just sit in a box. Like, I hate dry months, so even just getting one Iconics a month or these 400 sets, it allows some months that you're not getting main sets to get like 3 different things come out. So I prefer it. Dan, what do you think?
No, I actually agree with you on this one, and I don't do that often. I like the staggered kind of releases because this is nice to just have a like random set coming out where it's like, oh, cool, we had an icon or not an Iconics with the 400. So, and this is one I was really looking forward to. So, we're really excited to get it and test it out. So,
now since you agree with me, do you want to touch my serpent this weekend?
Nope, that opinion does not change whether if I actually agree with you on something or not.
All right, I'll ask you later. Pete, what about you?
I feel like he's softening on that answer. Keep after him.
Same.
I like the staggered release, honestly, because then you get the 400s and you go back and you look at the sets that they play most naturally with, like Spider-Man Family or like Avengers is always good. And their 400s, like even the Wakanda one has a lot of pieces that are really getting overlooked. They're very, very good. So
Wakanda's amazing. I've been trying to talk that one up for months.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I mean, they keep doing the 400s as well as they're doing them, and when you can play 400 worth of pieces on a 300-point team, that's a great feature.
Yeah, Bookwood is a huge fan of the 400 sets, so maybe he just wants to get them earlier so he can play those 400 points on a 300-point team.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think Bookwood Age has a chance of actually starting to really come up, especially the more of these 400 we get.
Bookwood Age. Then we have Jason Phillip. How was the return flight home, and did Ollie have a good time? Ollie had a blast. He always gets kind of sad when we have to leave these events because he just has such a good time every day. That's all he wants to do. He wants to play battle royales. He is starting to get into some of the modern events a little bit more, which is cool to see. But before it was just he just wanted to do the sealed all day long, and now he's fine playing the sealed in between doing a modern event. The flight wasn't bad. I would say losing the 2 hours in addition to the 4-hour flight was a little rough, but all still definitely worth it. Then we have Corey Franklin. Peep the notes on my camp build. Great to see you boys come out and play and hang. Superfan better show up next year and bring young Daniel as well.
That was the quote I was alluding to earlier. So I can't really turn down the personal invitation yet call out at the same time.
I gave you one earlier and you said no.
That's a different invitation that I will not be accepting.
It's a fear itself serpent. You just said you wanted it.
Yeah, not the double entendre that goes along with it though.
No, just the single. It was good seeing you too, Corey. We'll definitely make it out there next year for sure. The video, did you guys see that? The link?
Absolutely, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I think it's
definitely Corey's day went.
It is Corey when he was younger, right? That before he excelled in Clix, he was an elite boat boy, helping men keep their rhythm while they stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Then we have Charles Constant. Is Miles trying to drive up Smash and Destroy play at home kit sales? Miles?
Yes, I am. I actually think that this could potentially be the best play at home kit that we have ever had, and I think that if done right, that this might potentially be the first one that can sell out. Especially because there's no reason to waiting on a ruling. Potentially, maybe PJ's wrong. I think that it's not like Rivalry. You're not eliminating dice from the game. You saw it in the finals where it just didn't go off. So I think the double Gamma Bomb trick is still fine. But with it being so readily available to everybody at $20, I don't think that it's bad, especially when you look at what else is in the game. So I would really like to see more people play it. I think that he's one of the funnest figures to play in Modern currently.
So what is your opinion on Red Hulk not being in the main set, but only being available in the play-at-home kit?
I almost feel like he was a late addition since it was just a sculpt recolor. So, yeah, it was a little weird to not see him in the main set. But he's a legacy and this play-at-home kit.
I'd like to see more of
I
that,
think
honestly.
He's a late addition. It's weird. Yeah, I do like that because if you want to get him, and the cool thing is you don't have to buy the set. You get him in the play-at-home kit, so you're going to get a map. I think it'd be really cool, especially with the if they would have put the legacy card of Spirit of Vengeance, because they're reselling. They put them up back on the shop for $20, and so I think it's only fair for legacy cards like that for them, just like they did with Brimstone and Starro. And now we have the Sinestro. You put them in the play-at-home kit, and so I think that would also help drive the sales. So not only do you have a playable play-at-home figure, but you also have an extremely sought-after legacy card. I think that was the biggest miss of the set, that they didn't have the legacy card go with that.
Yeah, that would be nice actually, because it's easily the most sought-after one, and with how many are still, it seems like, are in the warehouse, that would have been a great way to get rid of all of it and guarantee people the card.
Yeah, because the card's going for 90 right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is
I agree with Miles completely. Is approach that with the legacy cards. And I just want to give a compliment to Miles that this is probably the fastest you've gotten something errated or banned, right?
I was going to say, yeah.
Quick, right? It was quick. Next day.
It was
beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that John asked me that question last week, because I called it. I said play-at-home Red Hulk was my next figure I'm going to promote.
Yeah.
To get nerfed.
Got it promoted and banned. Well, or at least changed.
Yeah, it's sad. I'm still playing him. He's still my piece for the next year. I think that with where Modern is right now, I don't think the double Gamma Bomb is really bad, especially when you have intent rulings like how Juice can still choose to deal damage to standard characters without standard characters. If that's allowed in the game, the double gamma bomb does not need to be an effect terrain. It doesn't. It's not game breaking. It's just extremely good, but it's a 50-50 chance. And it took me 5 turns for one of them to go off. It's totally fine.
I agree. Is Corey Franklin the new king now? King Corey does have a ring to it, but I'm not sure if he could take that title from Brian overnight. But if Miles keeps holding Brian down, it might happen sooner than later.
Yeah, killing a king doesn't make you a king. It makes you an assassin. Corey is not a king. And I am not a king either. I just made sure that Brian is neither. So
there's just no crown right now.
There's no crown currently because Oregon has no king. Oregon needs no king. And like I said earlier, winners focus on winning. Losers focus on winners. So.
All right. What was your favorite team played on Saturday? For me, it was honestly the Black Lantern Green Arrow team. I thought that was pretty cool, just using Swamp Thing's ability with Green Arrow pretty much doing everything else himself. And just that whole Green Arrow attack is unreducible. It just was because his range is pretty, I think, decent right out on its own.
It was a 7, I think, flat out by himself, which is really, really solid.
So, yeah, that sounds right. He had, let's see here. Green Arrow. So it's a 7. So he had 2 weasels making it a 9 and then a 10 because you get +1 range with Green Man too, right? No.
Yeah.
Well, you get +1 range, yeah.
Yeah, you get +1 range, so it's a 3. So
there it is, yeah. Okay. Yes, I mean, he was shooting with a 10 range with Green Arrow, putting a Grave Marker under him, and then he had the Trick Arrows on him too. So it's really cool to see some Black Lantern pieces get used that don't normally without Necron on the team. I really like this one. Miles, what did you like that you saw?
It'd have to be Brian's Syndicate team. I mean, I really like how he's proven that Spot is still good. I love the glider choice on Mysterio. Playing Sandman at full is exactly the right choice. I think people just think you play him at 50. I think him play at 75, he becomes a much bigger threat just because he has so many more clicks of Impervious and Shape Change. So that was definitely like my 2 funnest games. Would have to say, was against Brian. And they're always fun playing him.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to play against him, but he did go over his team, and it looked really cool. I've been wanting to do a Sinister Syndicate team for a bit now, so I did like seeing his team quite a bit.
He did break theme because he had Perdegaton, but I think that honestly helped him bring out more because he originally had what's his name, Norman Osborn, but that extra 15 points was able to get that glider instead of the wand on Mysterio. So you had a lot of things that you could do with that because you could, do, like I said, do an Ares bomb. You can do the energy explosion. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I liked it. Dan, did you get a chance to look at any of the other teams or the teams that we talked about?
Yeah, honestly, I like Miles' team the best, honestly, and I'm not trying to be favoritism. It's more of just I like that it's Avengers, but it's its own style to it, because obviously Avengers / Past is really picked up with the Kooky Quartet, and you made that work really well. So you played things that are still good, but you worked in a piece that no one was expecting, and I like that a lot. I mean, it's Miles, so it's kind of what I expect now, is the unexpected, but I think that's the biggest thing. So
this is, I mean, I'll be honest, this is probably my favorite build that I've made since that Chase Torch Fantastic Four team from 2 years ago. So yeah, it's so fun.
Pete,
and a budget build. You take that flying carpet away, this is a sub $150 team. And that's huge and competitive.
Which is good to see, yeah.
I like that you even work in your green scar on the sideline. So because it's when Red Hulk dies, right? Does he or does
No, neither one of them come out. I just wanted some cheerleaders with Ross and Scar on the side.
I for some reason thought that when Red Hulk died, he popped somebody out, and I'm like, oh, that's so awesome! You can pop Green Scar.
I was trying to coerce Corey into thinking they were important to pick them for his Black Panther.
Yeah.
That was the main reason, because like they go, oh my god, what's Miles doing? And so they just pick them. Like that was my goal.
Did anyone fall for it?
No, Corey was the one with Black Panther, but I was really hoping that he would have picked him, because like it makes sense with Red Hulk. You have a General Ross and a Hulk, so it's like, oh crap, does he like turn into Ross and a Hulk? Like it was so yeah.
Pete, did you have a favorite team that you saw or heard about?
I really, I mean, obviously Corey's team is great. He won the event. I like the versatility of it.
I beat
I
his
liked
team. I beat his team.
Miles' team a lot. And my favorite name from the whole thing is your emo ass name. So this is what it's come to.
Yeah.
just accepting the meta and just embracing the punchiness of it. It's really an underrated name.
Darth Ravage is real. I also love the fact that it was only him and Ollie that brought out juice consistently.
That's even better.
I will say, like, yes, we did do that, but it was mostly to kill our symbiotes and put them on our characters. It wasn't just
Was it really that bad playing Kong? Like I have to you just played Collector in the monthly, and like he's basically
boring.
I know it's boring, but like
it wasn't terrible, but like, so we left Thursday morning and I was making the team Wednesday night. So I still had no practice or any idea what I was going to play Wednesday morning. So it kind of like threw it together based off some ideas, and it did fine. So I don't know. I just don't have much motivation right now to build.
I'm just trying to throw that out there. Like, I don't necessarily have a problem with like Kong being a thing. Like 200 points is like frustrating to get through, but I don't necessarily think like it's super oppressive either.
No, it's not. It wasn't terrible.
Wasn't that a youth song? So this is what it's come to? I don't know. Come on. You were feeling your emos there.
Oh yeah, he was definitely emo. Yeah, he was definitely like fully embracing the emo there. Yeah.
I was shocked there was only one Daredevil though.
Yes.
Well, let's get to that question in just a second. First, from Luminati is the Gamma Bomb legit? I think it was. Will it still be is the bigger question.
I think it still will be. I think even with one. It just sucks that if you're carrying it, it goes off. I really think they need to assess that, especially because like this is something that like they're trying to push sales for Iconics, and I think that was a big reason for why the Juice Errata wasn't what it could have been. And I think the same thing for this. I think that this ruling kind of is they're sitting on so many play-at-home kits from every other set that I think that if they really consider like that it's not as bad as they might think. I think that this could really be the first play at home kit to sell out, because this is a readily available figure, just like an Iconics, that you can build a team around and compete. It also gives you an answer for what they're building with in the meta right now with high defenses, because it's like you look at the math and you're like, all right, do I want to roll 3 attacks and have a 60% chance to roll a 10 or higher against a Colossus, or do I want a 50% chance to just do 1 damage? I think that's where the assessment comes into play. I don't think that it's so bad, because we've always seen teams where they're squishy, and if they don't go first, they lose. And so it doesn't change anything in the meta. If you want to go squishy and you go second, those figures die. That's how that is when you go that route. And I don't think the Gamma Bomb needs become an effect terrain either. It also changes a few things too, because it makes the plant terrain an effect terrain. Now, granted, you can't attack through them, but you're still able to get the +2 defense, if you're already in hindering, so you're able to get that bonus. I don't feel like the plants or the Gamma Bombs need to be effect terrains. I think it's totally fine, because it's considered a trait, not an actual terrain marker, or not a terrain with its own card.
Yeah, I think they're fine as is for Gamma Bomb. And then Ryan, what happened to all the Daredevils? I just did not have time to finalize a Daredevil team. I did try one that I made real quick yesterday, and it was not great. It didn't do great, so probably won't be playing it this weekend. My motivation for team building, though, like I was saying, is just pretty dead at the moment. And really, part of me doesn't even want to play this weekend. I would rather just go stream games instead. So that's kind of where I'm at right now with the team building.
Do what I did. Build a few teams and have people vote on it. I think you'll be surprised at like how fun it is. Like when you're able to build teams like that and have people vote on it, because that way you're at least able to, like, okay, they want me to play this, so I'm going to do it. So it gives interaction to our listeners as well as lets us go and play an event.
That would be fun if I had time to actually also just make like a bunch of teams. I'm still making these teams the day
I'll make
of.
teams and have them vote for what you'll play. How about that?
No, I'm not going to play a random team. Sorry. All right, then Edward K., are you going to interview Corey? I wouldn't mind doing something for like YouTube or something with him. Corey's great. We just don't usually have many people on the podcast.
Yeah, there is talks. Detective Chimp Danzy has he's found a homeless Aquamiles, a king without a kingdom. So apparently there is a kingdom that is available. So he could be potentially coming back. So maybe a future Tide to Tide episode.
Whoa, spoiler alert. Then we have Dylan Barrett. Hello, what do you guys think of Venom from Spider-Man 400 set? Worth buying just for him? I was most excited for him, and I think he's really cool after we got to see the card. I'll mainly be getting it for him, but I actually really like that Spider-Man 2 that does the knockback where they gain immobile. I've wanted one like that for a while, so I'm excited for both of those ones. Miles, you saw it too, right? We were actually looking at the card together.
Yeah, we were looking at it together. I mean, looking at that, I think that Spider-Man has a chance at 35 points too.
Right.
So that Venom, I think at 100 is great. I think it was a little bit of a miss with the Ghost Spider, but I think both Spider-Man and Venom are hits for it, and I think that they're both like the set's worth buying just for those two figures alone.
Yeah, I agree. Dan is a big Spider-Man fan. What did you think of it?
For me, the Miles and Venom, like Eddie Brock, are big hits. Spider-Man, Peter's always like interesting. Where was the one? Is he the one that makes them immobile?
Yeah, so it's in cap, and then if their movement is stopped by blocking terrain, they gain immobile. I think is something
Or
like
elevated.
that. Or elevated. Okay.
Yeah, it knocks them back, and if their knockback path was stopped by blocking or elevated, they would get immobile.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
I mean, he'll be good because he gets Mjolnir for free. So at least on like even for 35 points with that charge click, you get charge, giant reach 3 with the 3 targets. I mean, and prob, that's really good. Yeah, so he might actually see play. He was one that I kind of like dodged like looking at just because I was like, oh, incapacitate. Like I wasn't super with that, but I like the utility of that figure. He reminds me similarly to Miles from the what's it called? Where he just gives tokens from Black Panther a little bit. He's cheaper. He just does it differently.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like the Miles for what he does. Either unfortunately he doesn't get the attack power, like anything but top dial. But I really like the damage power is good too. So I don't think I think they're all relatively good, honestly, for their point values. So I knew I can do the Bookwood thing where I play them all and I get to play them on a 300-point team at 400, but it's 400 points.
Now, Pete, there is a Spider-Man 400 set coming out.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I actually have liked all of them. I agree with Dan. I think they're all playable, and when you get the local thing that we allow, where you get to play all 400 points for 300 points, it just puts it over the top.
That we allow.
I think the only minor miss was Ghost Spider. Like she's interesting, but I just don't have it all like working together in my head of like, oh, I can do something with this, and this is what I'm looking at, you know.
Or I'm sorry, Bookwood allows. That goes unchecked until the last round.
Yeah, Kenosha has Bookwood Age, so might be the next. Maybe he'll take over Pulp. Maybe we'll have Bookwood Age at Worlds instead of Pulp.
I mean, I would rather do that.
I'm only a little sad that Venom didn't get Brute, so I can't give him the +1 longsword for free. That's like my only minor gripe.
That's not what we need.
Can we talk about hosting a Bookwood Age tournament and just define what that is?
Isn't it just 400 modern? Or do we have to also play just the 400 sets? Or if you play...
300 modern.
If you
300
play
modern, if you play all four, if you bring all four from 400 set at 75, you turn them to their 100 point dial.
that's good. Yeah, that works.
Yes, you play the Kooky Quartet, they're at 75 points. If you have all four, you turn them to their 100 point dial.
Kind of like Super Sora's team up card.
Yeah.
All right, and then he says, thanks for posting our stream for the Champion Clix event. Did you get a chance to check it out? My buddy Jay killed it with the commentary on the event. Not a problem, Dylan. I have not had much time for anything extra lately, though. Just traveling and work's been a lot. But I do want to catch up with that this week, so I would like to see how it went. Did Dan or Pete, did you get to check in on the stream while you were not in Portland?
No, because I was unfortunately tied up with other
Literally.
things. Yeah, literally.
Whose serpent were you touching, Dan? I did. I was in and out of it, and I do agree. His buddy did a phenomenal job. I really think there's something for commentary over Clix games.
Yeah, definitely. It's a thing where you have to work it in, right? Like it's not just like you can't just continuously talk, but it's very nice to have the bit. Like I loved what you guys did at Origins. That was really good, and I think that definitely could start something there.
I think it is fine when you talk over the players with the commentary because the players aren't catering to the viewers, and so if you know the meta or you know certain strategies, I think that it adds to the experience of watching it and makes people actually want to go back and watch it. You know.
And really, like with the teams that are being played now, what are you saying? I'm going to charge and punch. So
well, you'll get every once in a while you'll get some unique team builds. You know. You could also, there's talk about potential actions because the players they're not catering to the viewers, and so it's like what did they do? And so
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think on stream, even at Worlds, I think that I don't really think top table is important until you get to cut. I think Worlds is more about showing those unique builds, so that way the commentary is actually able to shine through those unique builds.
Yeah,
because those are the ones that get lost in the shuffle, especially if they miss cut. And so it'd be real cool to see unique team builds, even if they are close to the bottom table, just to see things play differently.
Mm-hmm. All right. McConnell Lamar. Hey, gents, it was a rough day at the office, the one where HeroClix is played. Here's what I played. Went 1-3. So this was Juice Stain. It had Caveman Wally West with the +1 longsword, Mern with trick arrows, Zala Jarrell with Avatar of a Tomb, Manifold with the Crimson Gem, Chair Panther, Green Man with Avatar of Khonshu, Copycat, Phoenix, and Weasel.
I like what he's going for here. Like that's very interesting. Like I mean, McConnell's always like got a very interesting like head for the game, and I like what he's got going on here. So he's got a lot of utility going on, and Zala being able to bring over anybody is pretty huge. So
I wonder what his opinion is on her utility now that Rivalry is gone, though. It seems.
I mean, I think that's why he switched to a tomb because I know a lot of people were doing the Crimson Gem, but I think him switching to a tomb allows him to not overextend because then you can hopefully get your probs in line with Manifold because that's what Manifold's doing. Is he's got Passenger 4, so I would think you're carrying up like Black Panther, and then you're trying to get or sorry, not Black Panther. You're pairing up Green Man, and Weasel and anything else to try to like either buff her range or her like attack stuff like that, so that way you can hit. At least that's my thought, but I'm not 100% if that's what he did or not. But that's like in my head, that's how that plays out.
So honestly, I don't understand because Mern is great, right? But it's still 60 points. He doesn't attack that much. He's really there to mess with the combat.
Yeah, but with Zala now, you can bring him over. So like, say you carry up Green Man, Copycat, Weasel, and Phoenix maybe, right? Zala goes in, shoots from a distance, and then she pulls Mern adjacent, and then he also gets to shoot with the trick arrows as a follow-up. And then you still have Caveman Wally where you can maybe get him over there. So your 4 actions, you're making potentially like 5 attacks because of Wally's swap to that extra click. I think it's 5. Was it? It's 1 from Zala, 2 from Mern. If you're doing a trick arrow with like the big, that's 3, and then Caveman Wally's making 3 himself, so that's 6 attacks. Pretty potent for like an alpha.
I just don't see it meshing. Like maybe he's bringing Weasel up, but again, in a world where you can't plan on perplexing an 11 for 4 that has to hit, otherwise she just kind of sits out there. And Caveman Wally West is usually the follow up. So then Mern's out there, and he's only doing 2 damage before he does a trick arrow.
Yeah, but he's at least precision strike, so he's at least landing the 1 for sure. And you can always trick arrow into 2 dangerous, so then you're probably hitting for 1 minimum, and then you're breaking up a formation, which is pretty big.
So I've seen a lot of cool McConnell Lamar teams, and I don't think this is it personally. Just going down the list real quick, Miles, what did you look at this one and see?
I think that the problem with it is exactly what his next comment is about what he's building for. I don't think you ever try to specifically counter build against something. I think you want to make your team well rounded that can deal with more than just one thing. And I think that's why he ended up going the 1 and 3, is because he didn't account for more than
Colossus,
what he was trying to deal with.
Yeah, so I guess that does make sense. That's what I'm saying, is that it's not going to have a easy time of hitting things for sure, but he had an answer for Spirit of Vengeance, which, I mean, when you're playing at his venue, you probably know what you're going to play or come up against, so that was probably relatively smart.
And then the flip side of this is that he plays a different team, and then that's the only team he gets matched up against. You know, like that's just how the luck happens.
Yeah, so. I mean, there was some synergy here, which I thought was cool, because like even playing Prime Raish, that like buffs assassins, so like everybody has +1 attack. So Zala's can get to a 13 with Weasel, right?
And no, it's only assassins that get +1.
Yeah, wait, I thought she was assassin. Oh, she's not assassin. My bad.
No. The only person that's going to be getting the +1 is going to be Mern.
No, yeah. She, Green Man, I think, has got it too. Yeah, he got it too.
Yeah.
Okay, Green Man.
No, sorry. She deals with assassins on her trade. I'm sorry, I had that backwards. But yeah, it's interesting that he worked that in and was able to like get a little bit of an extra buff there. So
yeah.
Pete, what's your take on it?
I just like that he actually has an opposite plays HeroClix. That's amazing.
All right. Thanks for the insight. As many have noted, the Boogeyman Prime Colossus is coming back into favor. What is the best way to deal with him equipped with Destroyer's armor? USB arrow, right, to get rid of the Destroyer armor, and it's on pretty much everyone's team.
Yep.
It's either that or Gen Kale. Honestly, if I have Gen Kale, then I'm trick arrowing into probably the acid, so he'll reduce 1 less, and then I'm just gonna wail on him. That's probably, if it's those 2 options. Honestly, it's either USB to get it off or that. So
yeah, arrows, Mern, Jennifer Kale. And then he already did it, but the Weasel to just get that +1 attack. Otherwise, you're looking at TAs like PD, which again Mern had. So he definitely was kind of planning for some of that stuff. It must not have just come into play. Mashes of Evil. Is that what you guys said?
Avengers was what I said. Avengers is just still so good. That +1 attack, all right, I'm at least at 13.
Yeah, even just having 1 with wild cards is nice.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty shocked that there were 0 main force Beetlejuices at our CCO, currently number 32 in the top 100 across all CCOs and HC units, and only appeared on 5 teams overall. What do you think is the main reason? Well, you're lucky that no one played him. I'm assuming most people just don't find it very fun. He's done well, he just hasn't won, and I think people want to win. And there's also just too many cheats bringing him in from the sideline when you're either using Kevin or Loki to soak up the damage, or just, not have any standard characters to take the unavoidable and he can just stay out. So why pay for him when you can just cheat the system?
Well, this isn't the first time we've seen figures out of this happen to. Death Metal Wonder Woman, I think, is a perfect example. Is that when you're gonna get to the bigger events like the Nationals or Worlds, that's when you're seeing uptick. And right now, it's unfortunate that he didn't see more play, because I think that he really would have shown just how oppressive he really is if more people played him. Even if like you had lesser players, or like newer players, or not the top level play them. I think that even though they wouldn't be winning a lot of games, I still think that you would just see that it just isn't fun. And when you have a reactive instead of a proactive rules to try and fix things, it's when you're going to have those top tier players that are going to be playing him. And so if your entire plan is to get ready for Worlds and you want him on your Worlds build, that's the answer, is that you're not going to play him at these events. You played him at Nationals, and you're going to bring him back at Worlds, when people are going to be less inclined to really build towards that when they didn't see it in droves for series like this.
Yeah, that's a good point. Dan, did you want to add anything?
I'm honestly surprised he's that low right now. I still think it's one of those where, obviously, we saw he was a viable strategy at Nationals with the team. I guess people just they're not copying it, because I see a lot of copycats of Joe's build.
He did win a CCO, though. Like,
No,
let's not forget about that, too.
No, I understand that. I just see more copycats of Joe's build versus like copycats of the Juice builds from Nationals.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's what I'm saying, is that's why it's like, if we did see more teams built, because we did see a team that just wrecked with it main force, that just shows you why it's a problem. I mean, we'll end up getting to it eventually, but
yeah, we'll get into it next episode, or we'll get into it now, I guess.
Yeah, no, I was just foreshadowing.
That's not foreshadowing. That's literally just saying you were foreshadowing.
We never really bury the lead here, so.
But I mean, realistically, though, that team does sound a little bit more fun to play than some of the other ones we've seen. But overall, the copy paste of Joe's team seems more fun to play than a Beetlejuice team, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Clix is always about the copycat. That's how it always is.
All right, and then we have.
I just think it.
Oh no, we don't.
I just think it says that people want to play other things. And I agree 100%. He's going to come back in a vengeance for some of the other CCOs, and definitely at Worlds.
Yeah. Then we have David Ellis. HeroClix is old news. Well, David, the Eagles are old news. What was your favorite part of AEW All In? I did not get a chance to watch it. I just heard it was really long. Did anyone else on here get to watch it?
I have not had a chance, no.
Dan?
I had prior commitments, so
you were not going to watch AEW All In. Get out of here.
What was that?
You were not going to watch it.
If Pete was like, "Hey, did you want to be like do a?" I might have. If Pete or Miles were like, "Hey, would you want to do a watch party or something?" They're like, "Hey, I'm planning on being here." I probably would have just like popped in.
Every time we stream it, Dan does watch it.
Yeah, so like, don't give me that. It's just one of those where like, no, am I gonna watch it by myself? Probably not.
The streaming's been dead for months, hasn't it?
They kind of figured out how to beat our system a little bit.
Yeah,
we've had to adapt.
Yep.
All right,
that's what we do.
I think everybody was busy that weekend. It's always good to hear from the angry uncle. I would tell you that all three main events were amazing. The main event for the title was absolutely brutal. There was other great matches. Omega versus Okada was amazing. I really enjoyed the Ops versus Death Riders, which they opened the show with for the trios titles, and then Swerve and Ospreay versus the Young Bucks. It's worth watching if you're into that sort of thing. Oh, and Miles, the pre-show was the FTR versus the Outrunners.
Yeah, no, I need to watch the pre-show. Yeah, I need to watch that. I mean, I was part of it, but at the same time, it's different watching it and being part of it, you know?
Yeah, all of a sudden.
You and Truth Magnum in the same place.
Exactly.
At the same time.
Right before they came out, all of a sudden, Miles was nowhere to be seen. And then after their match, there he was.
Yep.
All right, let's try this one out here. So rank the 5 most offensive wrestling gimmicks of all time. So the ones that I came up with were Muhammad Hassan, the Mexicools, Kerwin White, Paul and Katie Burchill in Crime Time.
Ooh, those are good.
Miles, do you want to try?
Those are pretty good. Kerwin White is simply amazing. There's a few that you missed. Luckily, the TV executives and at TBS and TNT decided no. But when Harlem Heat originally came to WCW, they were known as Kane and Cole, that were known as the Ebony Experience, and they went to the ring in shackles. So I'm glad that never saw the air. And then you're also going to have the Heidenreich Michael Cole.
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
There's it's Katie Vick one, but the most offensive wrestling gimmick is Akeem the African Dream. It's right up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Managed by Mr. Slick.
Yeah. Yep. He had to go to deepest, darkest Africa. That was like just a parking lot with a boombox.
Dan, what are your 5 most offensive wrestling gimmicks of all time?
I would have to defer to my greater partners here on the show because I have no idea.
Kerwin White tops it. So what Kerwin White is Chavo Guerrero. That his finds out that he's going to embrace his white side and becomes a golfer.
No,
and
wasn't he a caddy? Or was it a golfer?
No.
No, it was
Nick Mammoth, a.k.a. Dolph Ziggler, was his caddy.
That's right.
And it was, if it ain't white, it ain't right. And it was right.
Pretty terrible.
Right after he started that gimmick is when Eddie Guerrero passed, and they scrapped it. Luckily,
that's right. Yeah, it was terrible.
It was very bad.
All right, Pete, let's hear from you.
Wrestling's funny because there's a really, really fine line between getting heat and just being ridiculously offensive. And so some of the stories that you hear about things that thankfully got left on the cutting room floor, and sometimes when things still make the ring, Crime Time, terrible. All these are just so stereotypically bad. Kerwin White, Schnitsky punting a baby for a fake baby.
Oh, yep. I didn't want to take that from you. That was that's one of the worst poems ever read live.
Heidenreich was what he was supposed to be, but thankfully never came. He was supposed to be a Nazi super soldier that Heyman somehow brought out of frozen Captain America style, and they never. And he was supposed to come down. This is all stuff that you hear about later. Supposed to be
which is weird because you have
stuff.
Paul Heyman who's Jewish, and luckily he said no.
I know there's a follow-up question to this. Eugene would not fly in today's day and age, and really shouldn't have flown back then, honestly.
I thought Nick Dinsmore did a good job, though.
Nick Dinsmore played the character well, and he caught on with the crowd really well, but it was a really questionable gimmick.
I think it ruined his career because he's such an underrated wrestler, and just that just killed it before it could get started.
Yeah, I agree.
He did his best for what he had.
Going to Brian Dormeyer, King Brian here. We wish you a hearty congratulations on your team sealed victory. It was a true rags to riches Slumdog Millionaire story. Thanks, and congrats for you getting top 4 in both events and Corey taking first.
I can't really agree with the rags to riches because it was back to back. The first one you can call luck, but in our rematch, it was the exact same story. So
I just took it as you guys are just playing chess and everybody else is playing checkers.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And now we've secured a brick of Lantern Legacy.
Yep. And I got a case.
Miles, how the hell did you turn the magic of Cursed Thomas around on me? We all know that thing is actually cursed.
Okay, so the story of Cursed Thomas, for what people don't know, is that for some reason there was this random Thomas train just on the windowsill. It's inside the venue there, and It had the original Toy Thomas face and like a few little things, but the body wasn't there. It was remade with wood, and the holes were drilled in to get the wheels in. It was like painted black and had antlers. We don't know where it came from, but literally whenever it was on the map, Brian won all of his games unless he was playing me, and I won all of my games with him. So I don't know. It's an entity that I'm not quite sure, like if it was worth it. But at the end, but then again, like I think it was worth it because during the finals, he was removed from the map, and that's when the tide started turning for me. So Thomas is real, and he is. Him and Durhold are holding it up for Degen.
I think we finally found some vestige of Dan's powers in Curse Thomas, is what it sounds like.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Will we see Curse Thomas at
no,
Worlds?
when you watch it, if you watch that sealed game, Dan, those D6 rolls, insane. He's thought they were busted because he kept singing Swamp Thing's face. It was ridiculous.
I mean, hey, if I can ever like bless you with a portion of my ability, there you go. I'm like,
I think I took your powers. I think Curse Thomas took your powers. We'll see.
Miles, I just want to hear reports about this thing showing up in places you didn't put it in your house, because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely going to happen. I gotta remember where I put it. I think I know.
Oh, he'll remind you.
Are we going to see Curse Thomas at Worlds?
We will, if I'm able to find him.
Then Ryan, how does it feel to become one of the juicers? While the main goal is bringing him in just to KO my own pieces, I just want to see that piece go away. It did feel dirty, and he's not fun. I did not hear anything positive about Beetlejuice all weekend from anybody. Did you, Miles?
No. The only positive thing that happened was when Ollie brought him out, and I just killed him instantly.
I'm a little disappointed in you for that, as much as you besmirched that figure, and now you're just
Darth Ravage is real.
I
can
get
besmirch
it.
it, but it's
burn it down mode.
Yep. He's a Seth Rollins.
Being honest, so.
Matt and Dan, how did you
Seth
feel
Rollins,
about knowing Ryan is juicing?
Like I said, you are getting the I am disappointed in you, like adult or what, like parent face right now.
Well, you're not going to be the first person I've disappointed, Dan.
You've let me down, sir.
Yeah, Redman's just in his heel turn. He told you it was coming. He's just in it now. That's what's happening. It's fine. He'll find his way back.
It's not fun. It just has to happen. I was there.
Yeah. Then he closes with, borrowing from me, you might regret it. I ain't no bank, and you got shitty credits. Then we have Peter Marshfield. All right, now that you dudes have had a week to consider my proposed TV show in Defenders of Terra, what have you guys come up with? Triple H2O is awesome and terrifying. Did no one else notice the veiled Power Rangers, Voltron, Captain Planet reference? It sounded like you might have started to cross the bridge, but not completely. The following individual is also on your team. This is Arachno Brawler, and he is a combo of Blue Beetle, Spider-Man, and Hacksaw Jim Dugan, which he actually looks like Pete a little bit. But Triple... Yeah, he does kind of. You should look at him. Someone will put him in the chat real quick. But Triple H2O is mine. So I did get Captain Planet vibes. Peter, Dan, you've had a full week, though. Did you guys make a character?
I'm just going to come out with it and be no. Honestly, Peter, that's my apologies, but this is one of those things that just escaped me throughout the week. So I might have something for you next week, but I'll have to set a reminder for myself.
I don't see any Spider-Man in that picture, by the way, Peter.
I think it's very limited.
Oh, it's the mask
honestly.
only.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's the mask, yeah.
And that's it.
Oh, yeah, now I see that mask. Yep.
I mean, when
I like keeping with the Captain Planet kind of thing. So, Peter, I don't have any images for you, but I'm going to work on it. I would go with the late, great Eddie Guerrero. But this time, he's bringing the power of heart, which is going to tie all of our heroes together to overcome and beat your villain and save Terra.
Bravo, Pete.
Thank you. Miles, can you work on something with that?
I'm already on it. What are you talking about? I'm already on it. You should know better. You know I'm already on it.
I played 3 separate teams this past weekend, and I don't know how I feel about Modern. To some degree, it's good, but I think I continue to suffer from Pete dice. Then again, multiple crit misses with pilots did happen with mercy rulings being enforced to end the game, so maybe now is just the era of Pete dice. Maybe get some new dice, Peter, and then just keep rolling them.
It doesn't help, Peter. Change your name.
Change your name. That might be easier. Better results.
Yeah. Change it to Dan.
Whoa.
Also, congrats on the wins from over the weekend. Thanks, Peter. One last question for the day to find out how basic each of you are. You step back in time to the days of less commitments and worries, and you have to cook with whatever food you have in the fridge. If you could take your knowledge that you have now and give it to your 20-something-year-old self, what meal are you most likely trying to make, and what is one spice you'd use for the dish? For me, I'd take what I've learned about making rice bowls to make that for dinner. Can have any amount of veggies, meat, or any over easy eggs, but my spice has to be paprika. Peter, I just miss eating yesterday's meals cold right out of the container over the sink, so I really don't think there's any spice that can help that.
Okay, that was not where I was expecting that to go. That was
Well, now we have to have like all these nice family dinners all the time, right? Which I mean is nice in its own right, but I mean sometimes I just want to be done in 3 minutes and stuff my face with something. That's what I miss about my 20s.
wow.
There's Halo to be played, and we got to get to the bars.
I was gonna say I never did that in my 20s. That was not where
Sorry,
I landed.
Pete. AI is turning Eddie Guerrero into Tito Ortiz. So it's Tito Ortiz with the power part.
I think that's okay too.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Tito was great. The flying elbow. Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't thinking
Let's
of
see what Let's go.
him. I was thinking of the UFC
Oh no,
fighter.
that's a UFC fighter. I was thinking Tito Santana.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on that, Miles.
I was saying Tito Ortiz.
Oh yeah, so I was
That is
right.
Tito
Okay.
Ortiz.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The first prompt was Superman. For some reason.
I don't actually mind the heart thing though in the middle. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. What am I gonna tell my younger self? I mean, I really haven't changed much because when I get home, I'm just gonna slap in my George Foreman quesadilla maker and throw some quesadillas. No.
Any special spice you'd put on it?
Yeah, sour cream.
Sour cream is not a spice.
Out of spice.
That's it.
It's a condiment.
Yeah, I know.
Damn it, Miles. Dan?
I'm probably the bougiest one of the group, so like I haven't changed that much because I
don't even know what bougie means.
I mean sour cream.
I don't even know what bougie is.
Probably my favorite is pasteles, so that's probably the thing I make the most of if it's like something the quickest that I can make. The easiest way to put it, it's like lasagna, but you use plantains instead of the noodles. So there you go.
Now, was this question harder for you, Dan, because it said your 20-something-year-old self, and it was just kind of today?
I mean, yeah, you know, I'm barely like 21, so that there's kind of a problem there, you know.
Pete, do you have an answer?
Dan was like, what did I make for dinner?
Right.
So I'm going to borrow from you, Redmond, because absolutely. Just either
Okay,
going
so
through
what
whatever
you're saying
fast
is
food.
that, Dan, you're the one that you're going to be the most richest out of us? Is that what it is? Because it's bougie is?
No,
Seeming rich?
no, I meant my taste-wise for food. No, like that's.
Oh, okay. I'm just
It's just the Gen
Wait,
Z.
well,
in
are
him.
you talking down on quesadillas with sour cream?
Do not throw me in with those maniacs. I'm not a Gen Z.
Dan, just answer me this. How was your avocado toast this morning for breakfast?
You put egg on it with extra spicy salsa. It's fantastic.
Any sour cream?
No.
That's for us Gen Xers over here.
Still not a spice.
I'm not a Gen X. I'm a millennial Falcon.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Miles. I'm right there with you.
No,
Right.
yeah.
So I'm gonna borrow from Redmond because the 20s was a lot of other nonsense I was doing. But I was the king of the dollar menu, and you didn't go through and buy one meal. Like if you went to the dollar menu at McDonald's, you got $10 worth of stuff.
Oh
And
yeah.
the best one was Taco Bell with the bean burritos. You remember they used to sell like the Fiesta packs, like where you could buy like 12 tacos or mix them up with the bean burritos. Dude, I lived on bean burritos. I would freeze like 5 of them, and that would just be 3 days of my food.
Yep, I remember those days as well. So that's what we're dealing with over here, Peter.
Potatoes.
Man, and here I am like meal prepping in my 20s and stuff because I had to work. It's just like
Thankfully, my wife is an amazing cook, so I don't have to take up that stuff much anymore. But if you left me to my own devices, it would pretty much just be fast food, probably.
Same, Pete. Same. I'd say get wet nerds, but I think someone might enjoy that too much. Triple H2O would love that, Peter.
Can we get Triple H2O with the serpent somehow?
Can work on that.
I'm sure that can get whipped up somehow in there. I don't know exactly how, but I can imagine.
Oh, we can customize a Triple H HeroClix figure to be Triple H2O.
Oh yeah, add him into Hydro Man. Oh,
That would actually be pretty neat. Not gonna lie.
All right, and then we're gonna finish it up with Recyclops Shroot. Unfortunately, sorry everybody. After a long reboot process, my systems are back online. Reb man, I know you missed me. Are the rumors true? Westpool is going to graduate from talking clicks to playing clicks. My sensors detect a lot of trash talk coming from him too. Does he stand a chance against the Prignanos or anyone? Well, he probably won't show up, but then after the event, he will interview the Prignanos.
I mean, that remains to be seen whether or not
he was throwing some shots at the Prignanos, so it's probably best for him to not show up.
That's a good point as well.
Yeah, you don't want the flying heat.
No, I mean they might just
Are we sure Westpool's not AI?
Are we sure Westpool's not reshoot Cyclops?
No,
could also be
neither of those things am I sure of. How do you feel about Ollie not being allowed his sidestep in his game? Did he have fun overall, other than someone tryharding him? I thought it was a perplex, wasn't it, or was it a sidestep?
It was
Sidestep. He
perplexing,
doesn't have
but
perplex.
yeah.
In the no, it was his sealed game.
With the charge, right? Where he charged and was like, "Oh, I forgot my perplex," and the guy was like, "Oh, you've charged already."
Yeah, was it perplex or was it sidestep?
It was perplex.
Okay.
He charged, and before he made the attack roll, he said, "Oops, I forgot to perplex. I'm gonna perplex."
Yeah, so he meant to do something before he rolled dice, and he was told no because he already declared the charge, even though he didn't roll his attack. And as we've stated here before, just be the better player. If no dice have been rolled, it's an easy rollback. Just allow it, and the courtesy will be given to you as well. So that was not my favorite thing to see. But I did tell him it would have been right to just call the judge, but he still won the game anyways.
So there we go. The world, everything is right with the world.
Agreed.
That kid adapts, overcomes, and dominates.
He does. And just remember, he's only 8.
Yep,
Yeah,
and he won the event. That's amazing.
Those teenage years are going to be interesting.
Yeah, give him 2 more years of playing to the way that he is. He's gonna be he'll be a force. Is Degeneration Clix the superior HeroClix faction yet, or is there another mountain to climb for that? I think we've made some good traction in a short amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few teams that have like numbers on us, so of course they're always going to be on the top because just when you have 300 people, it's kind of hard to compete when we are only as few as we are. But I think that the noise that we have made has been reasonable.
My question is, are we ever in a competition with anybody else? We're just us. So
yeah,
we did get a retired faction to come out and kind of check out and test their mettle.
Life should come with Xbox achievements. Like it popped up, and that should be one of them. Get someone out of retirement, 5 points. Those right under your achievements.
Yeah, man, I don't know anyone else that's gotten people out of retirement.
I'm just saying. I'm gonna say that we aren't really competing with anybody else. We just do our own thing. So I don't really. There's no like ladder to climb here, honestly.
That's fair. Yeah, but thanks for wasting our time, Recyclops. I hope you're gone for another couple months. Let's,
at least.
yes, at least, wrap it up with final thoughts. Miles?
Yeah, I had a great weekend. Was awesome to get you and Ollie and me to win that event. I think that, I don't ever think there's really a question. I'm glad that I was able to help Corey win an event as well. Yeah, overall, it was a great weekend.
Dan?
Excited for this weekend. CCO. We got a few people going down, so that'll be a good time. It'll be a nice little day trip. That'll be fun.
Pete?
I am proud of you guys. I'm proud of your showing up there, and I'm proud of Miles getting something banned while it's still in modern.
Well, you got it. He's gonna get it clarified. Technically, nerfed.
Yeah, I gotta get it clarified, but yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, it was great seeing everyone out there in the Pacific Northwest. We will return next year, hopefully with more Eagles and more D-Generation Clix. We'll be back later this week with the Champion Clix Open results from this past weekend. And remember...
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya!
Click it!
Cause I'm solar, la 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 la, I'm solar.
Dan, how about that serpent?
No.